In Dungeons and Dragons, what you do is to create a fantasized universe of the mind in which expediency to achieve your goal is more important than any kind of moral frame of reference to your actions.
So we have a wizard now teaching the children of his magical studies.
That's kind of far out.
Mazes and monsters is a far-out game. Swords, poison, spells, battles, maiming, killing.
Hey, it's all imagination.
Is it?
This is the Heroes Era.
Welcome to the Heroes Era. I'm your Dungeon Master Ben, and we're playing a game of Dungeons and Dragons. This is session 11 of our fourth campaign together. And joining me, I have Bodhi as Durian.
A tough lost orc just trying to find his family.
Chris as Scuzz.
Whoa, wait, no, you only gotta talk to me. I'm just a little goblin guy. I'm just doing my thing over here. You don't worry about it. Go ask the other guy.
Joel as Cyrus.
Cleric, Forge Master, and your trusty dwarven friend.
And Jason as Desperado.
Hey, I'm Desperado, the Nimble Elf Paladin.
And tonight we are telling a story, but we do not yet know how it will go. The players, the Dungeon Master, the dice, all of these will have a hand in how the game unfolds. This is the Heroes Era. Please do like our video and subscribe to our channel. We are posting our games on YouTube on Monday nights, and they will usually be up before 10 p.m. We'll see how that goes. And you can find our catalog of past games on YouTube at the Heroes Era. A few of them are under the Live tab. I'm going to try to migrate those over to.
And you've got campaign
category.
4 in like a playlist too, Ben. This was just
Yes.
slick. I don't know
Yeah,
if you meant to do that or not, but that's cool.
Yeah, so all of them should also be available on that Campaign 4 playlist as well. And finally, our content does include descriptions of graphic violence and moderate language, so please be advised of that.
I haven't sworn in a while, guys. We got to make up for lost time.
Yeah, occasionally moderate violence and graphic language too.
We've
so
been
we go back and forth.
saving our one. We've been saving that one.
I don't
for
think
a
it
couple-
rolls over. I don't think that's how
Doesn't
it
it?
works.
I think we're up like 5 already.
No, this is not a cell phone plan.
You
from
can
the 90s.
totally
We don't-
bank the F-bombs. Yeah, you
Yeah.
can bank them.
Yeah.
And if you need to catch up on past episodes, but you don't want to watch the whole things, or you just want to get current, we're also starting to post our session recaps as separate videos before or between sessions. So those will drop on Monday nights as well. But now let's get back into the game.
Well, and the character backstories are on there too, if they want to know who they're listening about.
Absolutely. Yeah, we have
Pretty
the
slick.
individual character backstories published there. Those are really good. You guys did a great job on that.
I'm glad.
Got a feat for it. That was pretty generous. I wasn't expecting that.
Well earned. We left off as you all were journeying back to Tidepool Tavern, and the cold sea crashes on and falls away from the shore, the constant roar punctuated by the crescendo of the hostile waters struggling against the land. You see the shed that's built in the hillocks that separate the land from the sea. A fierce wind sprays sand across the bar of dunes and into your cold face. The grains sting and bite. You see 2 figures slumped against the entrance to Tidepool Tavern, their heads lolling onto their chests.
Do they look like they're alive?
It is hard to tell from this far away. They're either sleeping or they're elsewise. Would you like to approach or investigate more carefully?
You guys want to stick back? I could go have a look and see if they're alive or maybe sleeping or
Sleeping forever?
forever.
Oh yeah, I mean, hey, you wanna go do that? Okay.
Yeah, I'll pull out my bow, Ben, and I'll just I'll approach and maybe just I'll just prod one with the end of my longbow.
Sure. And as you grow near, you're reaching out your longbow, you see their eyes wide and their faces pale and blue from the cold. Surely they're dead.
I'll just kind of turn back and give the guys like one of these looks. And if I can, I'll try and close their eyes.
Okay. Sure, you can close their eyes.
That's creepy, man.
Okay, well, we'll head over and catch up with them.
Is it that cold out right now?
It is quite chilly by the sea, and
okay.
The wind does, spray some water, across the hillock as well.
Sure.
So it is quite chilly, yeah.
So it checks out. It doesn't look like it was something magical that did it. It could be. It looks like they froze.
Would you make a nature check or a medicine check?
Sure. Sorry, new mouse. Medicine, is that okay? Medicine?
Yes.
It's moderately better. I think they're perfect. I don't know.
They're still alive.
I mean, they're not alive. Maybe they're not dead.
It is cold.
I don't
out,
know. Yeah, I'm not
and,
sure. I'm not sure.
They're quite cold as well. They are definitely dead.
Definitely dead. Definitely dead, guys. And cold and dead. Do they have the markings like they were the guard? They were the guards here, right? Is it possible, guys, we could go in the front door and not have to go and swim around?
That would be nice.
Yeah.
Maybe they have a key. I can look and see if they have any keys on them or anything like that.
Oh, I've already started on that. Don't worry. And you look, and Scuzz is already like deep into their pockets.
Fair enough.
Can I check the bodies to see how stiff they are? It's recent.
Yeah. Cyrus, as you prod them, they fall over to the ground and just maintain their upright form on the ground.
That's really cold.
Whoa, hey, yo, that one almost landed on me, man. Easy.
Scuzz, you find that their belongings, any keys, trinkets, small things like that have been taken.
Oh, somebody's already turned these guys over, guys.
Durian's gonna look at the bodies more closely. Is there any visible wounds? Did they just die from exposure to the cold, or is there like any blood on the ground or on their clothing or armor?
You don't find any signs like that.
I can't believe someone would rob these dead bodies. Can you believe that, you guys? Looking at Scuzz.
Scuzz. Yeah, boy, that's something, huh? That's just they no respect to the dead, or it's horrible. Honestly,
Picking a guy when he's down,
Seriously. Let me ask. Because I am, Ray of Frost is my go-to attack a lot of times, so I'm very familiar with what a magical cold attack looks like. Does this seem like they were struck with something like that, or does this seem like a natural occurrence to me? Or can I differentiate it at all?
With the absence of any flesh wounds, it would appear that they've been slain by way of magic.
It looks like these guys ended up on the wrong end of a wizard.
BJ?
I don't know if that kid would kill his master might, though. Because that seems like I think an adult would do.
What, you ain't never seen a kid kill?
I mean, we poked him enough, we poked him enough. I wouldn't be surprised if he starts to flex his muscles a bit.
I'm gonna look at their hands, then. Do they seem like they seem pretty stiff, as if that's like the position that they died in. Does it seem like their hands were like kind of like a Lego hand, like has a space for like where a weapon would be that they are like gripping the handle of?
Their weapons are sheathed.
They're sheathed.
It looks like they might have been ambushed, caught off guard.
That would make sense.
I'm assuming. Yeah.
As these guys are looking him over, Ben, I'm going to turn my backs to them and just watch our backs.
Well,
right,
it's magic, so we've no way of knowing where from or who did it. Now I want to try this front door, but I'm not quite sure if it's gonna explode on me if I jiggle the handle. I think it might be booby trapped. I don't know.
Yeah, let me hang on. I got it.
Yeah.
Let me take a look.
Yeah.
Can I investigate? Can I like check the door for any traps or anything?
Yeah.
See if it's
maybe we
legit?
just take a step back, you guys. Let Scuzz do his
I'm
thing.
taking a step back.
Yeah, go ahead, guys. It's fine. I got it.
Make an
I'm gonna
investigation
cast
check,
guidance on
please.
you.
I'm sorry.
I'm gonna cast guidance on you.
And
Oh,
then
thank
please
you.
make an investigation check.
Alrighty. Wait, where's my guidance modifier? There it is.
While he's doing that, did we short rest at all in between coming here and getting to this?
We fought guards, right?
Oh, I forget. Did not mean to roll that with advantage, which is
We did-
unfortunate. Because I only got a 12.
It doesn't seem to be trapped.
Yeah, it's fine. See, and is it locked? Can I open it?
You try the door and it swings open easily.
Oh,
Yeah, see, we're fine.
You guys had discussed resting after you reached your location, I believe. So
Yeah, that sounds right.
I mean,
So
we
I
could
haven't rested yet.
we could go and close the doors behind us, and like if they have like a wooden bar or something.
Yeah, does the door have a lock on it?
it does, and then it can also be barred from the inside.
All right, so yeah, if we can close it, and I could like reverse lockpick it, right? Like lock it back,
You could certainly break something off in the keyhole and lock it from inside.
or that
Something like
that works too.
Sure, yeah.
Before we go in, Ben, I'm gonna take a sip of my wineskin and then splash a little bit on each of the fallen guards and just cheers to them, and then I'll go in.
Okay, very good.
Save a little bit of that wine for the living too, yeah.
Oh yeah.
There you go. Okay.
I'm sorry to be such a baby, guys. I just don't want to go into a fight,
Darian,
half
you need
ready.
No, hey, listen, you need a nap. You need a nap. It's okay.
I need a
It's
nap,
fine.
and I look towards my chest, and there's just like a giant cut wound across my stomach. It
Oof.
hurts a little bit.
Oh, yeah. Let me help you out with that a little bit, and I'm gonna try to like sort of, because we're taking a short rest now, right? So I'll help to nurse Durian's wounds during the.
I'm just like packing mud into it and like
Yeah.
dirt.
No, you're gonna get it all filthy and infected like that. Hang on a second. I pull out the rustiest needle you've ever seen in your life.
Oh, that's good. That's good. Okay, yeah.
The entrance to Tidepool Tavern is damp and cool, and the steps are slick with wet from the mist and the impending tide. As you pause at the top of the stairs to rest, a few minutes pass, and then you hear squeaking sound. Dozens of squeakings, like small creatures scurrying across the ground, approaching you.
In what direction?
From around the corner of the stairwell. So this stairwell
Right.
descends and makes a right.
Small
Yeah.
squeaking.
Dude, we had a fight in here once before, guys. Remember?
Gonna be like a bunch of hamsters.
Not usually.
What's small and squeaks?
Can I go take a look and see if I can see what's going on?
Sure. Scuzz, as you look around the corner, you see a swarm of rats approaching. There's a torch in the main chamber past this hallway, and the swarm is, quite close to you, rushing towards you, tumbling over each other. Dozens of rats. If you would please roll initiative.
Okay.
The rats seem adverse to the fire from the torch.
I wouldn't say that. I think it's just the means by which you can see them.
12 for my initiative.
Boom.
The dexterous paladin.
He's a quick one.
Scuzz, you can react with a interaction or by saying something if you wish, because you're the one who turned the corner and saw what is approaching.
Can I just zap them with a ray of frost? Can I just shoot the rats?
Yes, you can.
Okay. There you go, 26.
26 hits.
I would hope so for some rats. Yeah, 3 cold damage. Not great.
Several of the rats drop frozen, and the rest of them continue tumbling forward towards you.
I just, over my shoulder, I just go, rats!
Desperado, it is your turn.
Since I have my bow without steel, I'll loose an arrow at it, like lightning speed arrow in my hand, and now all of a sudden it's flying at these things coming at us.
Okay.
Let's hit them. 18.
Will hit.
Oh, that was on an 8. 6 piercing damage.
It feels like a true strike, but because of the mass of these creatures swarming around each other, you maybe pick off 1 or 2 of them. Not as effective, perhaps, as you thought it may have been.
Yeah, piercing damage, right?
And we'll go back to Scuzz.
How close are they to me now?
They're, within, over 5 feet away. So about 6-7 feet away.
All right. All right, then I will try to decide if I want to drop a flamethrower down here and just toast them all. No, I'm gonna just okay, they're within 5 feet. I'll step up and shocking grasp them. Then.
Okay.
Get a good toasted
rat.
13.
Will hit.
Right. Come on, big money. Hey, 8 lightning damage.
Ooh,
Lightning dances between the rats, striking a number of them down. And the over half of the mass has been defeated here.
Wow. Good job, you guys. Rats are gross, dude.
Next is Durian.
So, I have Great Weapon Master, and it's where you take a penalty and you get more damage, but it specifies that you must use a heavy weapon that you're proficient with. The longsword, or the Sword of Sharpness, that is, Kevin's sword, isn't technically a heavy weapon, it's versatile, which means you can two-hand it or one-hand it. Would you let me use Great Weapon Master on the longsword, or would you still need it to be a heavy weapon? It's fine either way. I'm just asking now for future reference before any more big fights happen.
Since it's not technically heavy, we'll have to go with no. As much as it does kind of make sense, I think that because it's versatile, it wouldn't quite qualify as a heavy weapon.
In that case, I will see these rats being blasted, and I'm gonna rock up next to Scuzz. I say, "Get out of here, hamsters!" I'm gonna swing at the hamsters with just like a one-handed swing, just gonna chop. See how many I can get rid of. 10?
A 10 does hit.
Oh, that's good.
Oh.
Ignore the 2. That's 12 slashing damage.
Okay. There are just enough rats left to be labeled a swarm, but most of the swarm has been defeated, dispatched.
Ooh. Mm.
After Durian is Cyrus.
I'm gonna hit him with sorry. I'm gonna hit him with Toll the Dead.
Okay.
Since they've taken some damage already, this is gonna be 1d12 if they can do some save. So that's a fail.
Okay.
They're gonna take 4 damage. And this is necrotic.
And the remaining rats stiffen and fall, the vital liquids drained from their bodies. And so there's a pile of dead rats before the group of you.
Hamsters.
Are
we keeping these scuzz?
What'd you do with the necrotic magic, man? You got the meats all boiled and rotted. And oh wait, no, this one's still okay. Never mind.
Yeah, do you
I'm gonna get a
remember which
fire
ones were
started.
hit?
You guys hungry?
Yeah, I try to pick out the ones that were hit by the Toll the Dead. And I try to throw them off into a corner.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was just gonna shuffle them out the door with my foot, but that works.
I mean, it's
Oh,
good.
we
It's good food.
Hey, listen, you gotta have your protein,
Is it?
right?
Get back into the voice.
It's food.
Don't worry, I'll cook them this time. It's fine.
So I go down.
I don't think I'm gonna eat rats, you guys.
I want to go
Ever.
down the stairwell into the room where there's the rug that was, keeping the this teleportation circle covered, and I want to
Right.
look over the side and see if it's flooded at all. I presume it's flooded, but I want to see if I can see the actual flooding from where that teleportation circle is by looking down.
Yes, water laps over the barrier now and then, splashing into the room. The rug has been rolled up neatly and is placed against the far wall. Sorry, go ahead.
I was gonna say, so all the rats in this tavern just kind of ran up here and couldn't open a door to get out.
Sure, any rats that were, throughout the tavern, obviously trying to escape the seawater, have come to this room. As you do step into this main chamber where the teleportation circle is, two figures step out from the shadows behind the statue on the south wall.
Uh-oh.
And you hear the familiar wry voice of PJ. I knew you'd be back. And you see the young boy step forward, his hair stiff and greasy beneath the black and crimson robes.
Who's the other figure? And I'm gonna look at the other one in the room.
I'm Hideo.
Ah, I see.
We've been expecting you.
Yeah,
So-
why is that?
I know what you're here for, and I'm here to help you.
Help. I see.
Well, you wouldn't be planning on going to Nakano Tower unaccompanied. What would the masters say?
I mean, probably nothing if it wasn't for the fact that you was here. Because, then nobody knows what's going on. You'd be alright.
An interesting theory. Well,
How is he
PJ has
dressed?
said that you are stand-up folks, and that you helped him, so I simply wish to return the favor.
Just kind of squint my eyes at PJ.
Interesting.
Ben, how is he dressed? Is he wearing like anything clearly magical, with, like sigils scribbled on it, or?
He wears similar black and crimson robes. The lining crimson, the bulk of the material like a jet black color.
What is it that you're what was it you're proposing? You're going to come with us to the tower?
Yes.
To see the queen, or?
I would introduce you to the master, yes. He has taken interest in the group of you.
Interesting.
Well, what's wrong? Didn't you not intend to go
Yeah,
there
I mean-
already?
I guess it's fine, guys. I don't really have a problem. I don't like it. This guy seems kind of weird, but, introductions and whatnot. I ain't so good at the introductions, so, if we got somebody that can do that, that might be sort of helpful.
Yeah.
Looks at
I mean, that's what we're here for, I guess, eh?
Durian looks at Scuzz trying to be amicable and looks back at the pile of rats and takes one that was being cooked and says, "You want a rat?"
Oh, yeah!
I can cook you another rat. He just ate the offering that I gave you.
Oh, I thought you were talking to me.
No, I wasn't even looking at you.
That's quite all right. I've already eaten.
All right.
Yeah, I might just eat some of my rations, my friends. I appreciate the offer,
Rations?
though. Would you like some spice, though, to add to that?
Look at this guy's already picking up bones. Add to what?
Never
Or were you
mind.
talking to him again? I'm sorry.
Aye.
What does this master guy do? Like,
Yeah.
what's his thing?
Well, we are trying to restore order to the city.
How?
By driving out the giants.
Oh, interesting.
Isn't the ATK doing that though? Isn't that their whole thing?
Yes, they do what they can, but they do not have sufficient forces to truly deal with any of the main threats.
Have you had any run-ins with the ATK?
Oh yes, of course. We are on friendly enough terms for the most part.
Well, I mean, I suppose if you guys are sharing goals, that makes it easy.
That's true, eh?
Of course, it'd be interesting to see what happens to your relationship if you guys don't end up sort of moving in the same direction. It's weird how
Well,
things like that can shift.
The ATK does not belong here, of course.
Absolutely,
We must restore the order to the kingdom that flourished here under Queen Gwynistry, but rest her soul, she has passed.
Okay.
What he just said, does that sound true?
Well, there are those who wish to hold on to threads of hope, but the Queen has not been seen for years. If she were alive, would she not be here with her people?
So you don't have a body, though.
So she died off screen.
Yeah, I don't trust.
No one knows.
I don't know what screen you're talking about, but if I ain't seen a body, I don't trust that they're dead.
Hey, I relate to that.
Well, believe what you wish, it matters not.
Oh no, I'm not saying I
Aisha,
don't. Yeah.
We will rule the city.
Okay.
Well, PJ said that you're interested in going to see the Queen of the Fairies.
Yeah, I think that's true.
I mean, yeah, interested is a. Yeah, we need to do that. Yeah.
I mean, it sounds like a lot of our goals are in line. We're not a fan of these giants being here. I personally am not a big fan of the ATK being here.
Yes, well then we can no doubt work together, I'm sure. It should
see no
mutually
problem.
beneficial.
Durian's gonna rack his brain for whatever he knows about. He probably doesn't know much about Hideo, only what PJ has said to him. But did Sokel at any point mention anything about the Master or like any ATK soldiers when we were staying at the Black Onyx? Was there any like rumors or like stories about these guys that we would know?
She did warn us specifically about Hideo.
She did.
She did.
And,
That he's a powerful sorcerer.
and it is
Sorry, Ben.
No, that's fine. And it is rumored, or the story goes, that they have been using the dead to buffer their numbers.
Yeah.
So,
I'm just gonna. I mean, correct me if I'm wrong. You know, you live here long enough, you hear things. I think I heard someone say something that like the master guy that you work for or follow, whatever that is, just brings people back from the dead to like pad his numbers a bit. Is that like true? And if it is true, is it to fight the giants?
Yes, we continue to give them hope even after they have perished. Hope and purpose.
Hmm.
That's
Even
kind
if
of weird.
Even if it's like gonna prevent them from, moving on into their respective afterlife.
Well, eventually they may pass, of course. We would not keep them here cruelly.
Hmm.
It is an honor to fight for what is yours. And for what is right. And what is right is that we
Is
will
that
rule.
is it like the choice though? Are they like, hey, if I die, bring me on back and I'll keep fighting? So what, is it like a program they sign up for, or you guys just bring back whoever you want?
Well, I'm sure if they had a say in the matter, then they would wish to be put to a useful purpose even after passing. Would it be better that they are forgotten in obscurity?
So you wish to be brought back as an undead servant when you die?
If that is what the master wishes, then that is what will be so.
But you didn't
I
say
suppose-
you specifically would want
Who-
that.
Whomever resurrects you is master, right? So like, say you die, I resurrect you, now I'm master, and I say that's what you need to do, then that's sort of self-fulfilling sort of prophecy, yeah?
Interesting.
No, I'm just messing with you, man. I don't give a shit. I don't care.
Where's this master?
He awaits at Burunaka no Tower. He is expecting us. We will meet him before I take you to the Feywild.
If
it
you
suits
don't mind, my friend, I think this is all well and good, eh, my friend? We were just hoping to take a short breather from our trek on the road, if you don't mind, and then we can carry on.
Oh, certainly. I'm in no rush.
All right.
Nice. I'll take my hat off, finally.
I go sit down and eat some rats.
I will sit down and eat some trail rations or some other things I have in my bag that aren't rats.
Way far away from all of us.
Well, I'll pull some salt and pepper out of my my haversack and add it to what I'm eating.
When you say you don't like rats, is that a hamster in there? Desperado, what do you got in that pack?
I got some veggies and some trail rations, some a little bit of older bread,
Ooh, old bread.
Scuzz looks up with like
not
rat.
that old, Jerry, not that old.
Oh.
Scuzz looks up with like rat remains smeared across his face. He's like, "Ew, that sounds gross."
What, the old bread? Are you crazy?
No, the bread's fine. All the rest.
Okay,
of it,
all right, good,
ugh,
good.
ugh.
Hideo stands calmly with his hands behind his back, watching the group of you.
I pull a
continues
little wooden plate out of my bag and put my food on it and eat. Try and be somewhat civilized.
PJ seems to try to emulate Hideo and what he does. Enough time passes for you all to have a short rest.
Yay!
Yay.
I'm gonna roll some hit dice, but
Oh.
Okay.
Yeah, same.
Hey, look at that. That'll do for me.
Do I have a thing where I can re-roll ones on hit dice? I don't think so.
I think so. I was gonna get a spell slot back, but I think I want to keep my channel divinity.
I should. Ooh, yeah, that should do me good.
so that's fine.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Is Hideo human or elven, Ben?
Elven.
So
He appears to be of a Ladrin lineage.
okay, yeah, maybe I might even I probably haven't seen probably only really familiar with wood elves.
What
I might
season
just
is he
have
in?
Winter.
Yeah.
I might just strike up, just chit chat with him to learn a little bit more about his people, and I don't want to take up too much time in game, but I was just thought I have no reason to, be hostile or anything, so might as well be cordial. And
Sure. Hideo explains that the Bugaisha are the true loyalists of the Queen, because they are ready to move on, rather than clinging to the hope of one day reinstalling her to the throne. And so you take away that there is a great divide between those of ancient blood, or those of, whatever lineage of elves may have been dwelling here for ages. And they're divided in those that, wish to restore Queen Gwynestry against those who wish to move on from that and install a new order.
so I get the impression that when Gwynestry was in power, she was respected, but now that she is gone, it's like when you get a new leader, there's just a transition of things.
Yes, Hideo does not speak ill of Queen Gwynestry, but simply emphasizes that those who are holding on to, what was powerful in the past are mistaken, are misled.
So, like, if the queen suddenly, like, sort of popped up again, like, hello, I've been here the whole time. Be like, oh, okay, queen's back. It's all cool.
That would be strange.
I know you don't think that that's what's going to happen, but I'm just curious. Like, if by some miracle of the gods, she showed back up again, you'd be back on board
Of
for that?
course. I have sworn loyalty to Queen Gwynestry, and
Okay.
that would bring our peoples together, no doubt.
Yeah, no, it's just, sometimes people get a little bit too caught up in their own ideals. So I just want to make sure that, like, you gotta.
Okay.
Hey, did you kill those two guys out there?
Yes.
Damn. All right. So we paid 50 gold for nothing. Wonderful.
Oh,
Holy
I'm sorry to
swindlers.
hear that.
That's all right.
It's fine. It wasn't
I
our money
mean-
anyways.
Couldn't have counted for that. Everything here.
I mean, I guess if you're gonna die, those guys could have had a worser fate than just being frozen to death. I think. It seems like it was at least quick.
I did
Maybe.
find some coin on them. You may have it if you wish. And he tosses a coin purse to you, Durian. There are 17 gold pieces inside.
There you
Yeah,
go.
sure. I'll just give 4 to everybody, and I'll pocket the extra.
Well, thanks, man.
Yeah, thank you.
I
Thank
never
you.
do that, but I appreciate it.
Well, I mean,
Well, I mean,
some rats did me good. I'm good to go whenever.
I must say, Hideo, thank you for opening the door. We had planned, we'd expected to have to swim in the back door. So this was a welcome surprise. Unfortunate for the guards outside, but these are tough times.
I prefer things the easy way.
All right.
That was weirdly ominous.
Why'd you say it like that? This is weird.
Well, nonetheless, should we be off?
Yeah, well, yeah, I mean, I definitely think we should. It is weird how everything you say sounds vaguely threatening, but, like, that's fine, though. We'll figure that out later.
Yeah, let's just go to this portal, wherever it goes. And then I'll
so
get up and I'll get ready.
the group of you step onto the circle of teleportation. Hideo and PJ walk into it as well. And Hideo turns to PJ. Not you. I would like you to return to Riverside. And he hands a small satchel to PJ. Await my orders there. PJ nods.
Can I try?
Go ahead.
Can I try to take a quick look at it and see if it's like, does it look like it's a pouch of coins, or does it look like there's an item inside?
Make a perception check, please.
It's filled with dynamite.
Mm-hmm.
You never know. Maybe it's like a head. I don't know.
Is it flip phone?
Hmm.
Is that insight?
The burner phone.
Perception, please.
Perception? Perception? Okay, sorry. Seven.
The bag is discolored. Perhaps there are spell components or coin in there.
Okay.
Hideo begins to focus and begins to speak words of magic, and energy begins to surround the circle of teleportation. Many colors swirling until your vision is obscured by this spiral of colors, and feel a tingling sensation, slightly warm, and then the swirling begins to slow and disperse, and you find yourself in a small chamber, and there are walls that seem to be made of very plain wood or even paper, perhaps. And there are strange shadows dancing upon these walls that seem to be paper thin. Hideo makes a shadow puppet with his hands, and it looks like a bird on the paper wall.
Yay! Yay! That's good. That's good.
Almost immediately, another shadow appears in response. It looks like the head of a bull with two long pointed horns with a large septum ring. Hideo gently presses upon a wooden frame, and the entire wall shifts, opening into a new chamber.
Wait, hang on. Before we go, I can do a doggy. You want to see it? Hang on. No? All right.
That means something else, says Hideo. And in the larger chamber, there's a towering bookcase with two gilded katanas upon a placard, their blades crossed, with black handles and crimson sashes hanging from the handles. There's a large wooden desk stained the color of black cherry that's prominent in the room, and the bookcase behind it is almost frames it like a decoration. An imposing figure sits behind the desk, his head covered in a golden helmet and mask with long bull horns. He sits shirtless with a long white cape drawn about his shoulders.
The eat from your stone durian reaches here too, apparently. Eh?
We're not make an educated guess about the level of craftsmanship on the desk and the plates.
Sure. You examine the desk and the blades. Will you make a religion check for me, please?
Oh, I'm so good at those.
Yes, the cleric and religion famously go along well together.
Clearly, of course.
Something about the katanas, scratches the back of your mind.
It's a 10 total. Sorry. That was my persuasion check on the DM.
That's funny.
The katanas are a religious symbol for one of the more obscure gods from the past of Gira. The name's just not coming to you for some reason.
You said the desk is like a redwood, Ben?
Yes.
Is it? I come from an area where there is a lot of redwood trees. Are those kinds of trees grow around here? I guess maybe I don't know.
This appears to be oak that's been stained.
Ah, okay.
Stained a very dark red color.
I'm gonna stand on my question, my previous question. What's the quality of these items?
Sure.
How good is the craftsmanship?
The desk is finely crafted, maintaining the natural look of the wood. You know, it hasn't been cut to the shape of, you know, what we think of as a desk. You know, perhaps a large trunk has been sheared in half and then, you know, used as decoration in that way. So it looks like the natural barks and exterior of the tree have been preserved in some way below the desk. And the bookshelf has a similar aesthetic.
As a craftsman, if someone were to have requested this from me, this piece, mark, figure why, in terms of this.
I would say hundreds of gold, and it would require a knowledge that, you know, it looks like some foreign techniques have been implemented here. Some kind of, you know, elvish woodworking.
This would have taken some research done to have made.
Yes, maybe there are ancient techniques employed here to maintain the natural look of the wood and also make it serviceable.
As a craftsman, I am impressed.
When we entered, Ben, and we see this this figure sitting at this desk and getting the sense that we are in the presence of someone of authority, I'll remove my hat and just kind of put it under my arm.
Hideo bows his head slightly, says, "Noshiroburu," gesturing to the man behind the desk. From behind the desk, he says, "Hideo tells me you intend to travel to the realm of the fairies to find Commander Hawkins."
And this is our plan.
Can I ask just a real quick clarifying question? Did he said Nishiro Buru, like referring to the person's name or like as a greeting to that person?
As the person's name.
So he's like introducing. Okay.
Yes, as an introduction.
Yeah, that's what we're doing. Nabuadudu, going to get him. Yeah.
We were told we could maybe get passage through your realm to reach the fairies' land, or you might help us in some way, or your people may help us.
I will help you if you will help me. I will keep your secret if you will do something for me.
Our secret, what would that be?
Well, that you seek Commander Hawkins, that you have gone to find him.
Nice.
Because technically, he doesn't care about him anymore. I don't think, because Jude has him now, so it's her thing.
Yes, I will have Hideo take you to Lady Jude, so that you may join her great hunt. That is where you will find Commander Hawkins. But I would ask something of you.
Ask away, sir.
Jude Harrows has something of mine. A precious stone of black tourmaline on a golden necklace.
Hold on.
I will deliver you safely to the Feast of the Moon. All I ask is that you find out where Lady Jude keeps this necklace.
Oh wait, you just need us to find out where it is? You don't even need us to get it?
No.
Just information is all you're looking for.
For your own sake, I would advise that you do not try to obtain it.
I could obtain it if I wanted. I mean, it's fine. I won't mess with your stuff, but like I could get it.
And this queen, I forgive me, I'm not familiar. A friend of yours? She is her friend or an adversary?
Both.
Aye.
It's the world sometimes, isn't it?
What?
We work together, but this is something that she holds over my head, and I cannot bear that to stand.
Is it like? It's like is it like a symbol, or is it like a magic thing?
It is something precious to me. An heirloom, if you will.
Okay.
When you get there, Desperado?
I think this is a reasonable request. I think it's a tit for tat arrangement. You do a favor for us, we do one for you. I think that's fair, my friends.
Yeah. It seems easy too. So honestly, so let's do it.
When you get there, to help you find it, you should seek one called Elias. He is the one who gave it to her. Now he sits beside her as a member of her court. You should seek his confidence. He is clever, and he will know where she keeps the stone.
Who is this guy? Like, is he like a strong guy? Is he like her right hand man? Like from like a lot of service?
He has some power, but more of a common criminal than anything.
Oh, and he's in her court?
The unsealing court accepts people of all types. Well,
I guess that's true,
fey
right?
creatures.
He helped us willingly. His own free will. We have to impose our will.
You will need to see what must be done. I am not sure if he is there under his own free will.
I see. Might be... Okay, gotcha.
That is the best lead I have.
We may need to be careful approaching him.
Oh, man.
He is
powerful,
powerful.
This guy might be too powerful.
That is why I've called upon the four of you. I think that combined you would easily rival his power.
I mean, hopefully it doesn't come to that and we can work out another arrangement, but
Yeah, maybe he's like a real reasonable, rational sort of fella. You know?
Nah, I think he's a bum. He's in the unsealing court. Like, the hell?
Yeah, I didn't say he doesn't suck, but like, you know.
I care not. Befriend him, coerce him. I care only for the stone.
Yeah, we'll see what we can do.
Okay. We'll give it a whirl.
Very well.
And maybe we'll die.
The trek is usually fraught with peril, but I will have Hideo convey you there quickly to the Feast of the Moon. Do you have any more questions before you depart?
Nah.
Do you think?
I'm just one question, if it pleases you. Hideo said that you have heard from us and that you were expecting us. I just wondered how you heard about us, and yeah, I mean just that, I guess, how you heard about us.
Oh, Paulie, the proprietor of Tidepool Tavern, spoke highly of your abilities. He said that you would be a fine prize for me to deliver to the Queen.
I see. So we're not going to be doing the hunting. We're going to be being the hunted when we get there?
Well, it depends how you fare for yourself.
Would be the first time.
Oh.
If you prove yourself,
I mean,
perhaps she will accept you as guests of the hunt. It is up
I mean,
to
we
you.
will be hunting for Commander Hawkins, so I mean, we are both hunters and hunted, I guess, my friends.
Desperado, are you like Fae at all? Do you know? Got any of that in you?
I do. Think if I was, I would know, and I
know.
I mean,
you do.
I mean, look at my ears. You know, I am Elven, right?
Cause I'm looking at me and Cyrus over here, and he's not looking very Fae.
Lady
I
Jude
could maybe
accepts
pass.
guests during the Feast of the Moon. even if they do not have fairy blood. Desperado, I do not think will have much trouble with that. The rest of you, just show respect, I would advise.
Yeah, the rest of you, show respect.
I think you're gonna die, Scuzz. You're gonna get there.
Yeah,
and get
probably.
Killed.
Yeah, that's a fair assessment.
All right. Well, I mean,
in all fairness, Durian, if you speak of the Unseelie court there, what you have here, I think you're going to get us in the most trouble.
what? I'm nice. What are you talking about?
All right.
What the hell?
Well,
But you were just saying that they were the worst. Oh, sorry.
Thank you.
Have
Thank you.
matters to tend to, and I will have
Shush.
Hideo convey you there.
All right.
Before we leave,
Yeah.
I must ask. You have the craftsman's name. I just like stroke the desk very like I caress it very like gingerly.
Don't make it weird, Cyrus.
Yeah, should we leave you two alone for a moment?
It's beautiful.
We're gonna need the office, please. We're gonna need the room.
My cousin Del Soran crafted this desk for me.
Oh.
True master.
He does extravagant and beautiful work, no doubt.
I'm gonna write down that name.
Sure, I'll
Is
put
it
it in the
again?
chat.
Thank you. I'm gonna forget that for sure.
And Desperado, you know that Noshiro Buro means the white bull. And that
And that's
appears to be what the
in
master-
Elvish.
In Elvish, yeah. That appears to be what the master calls himself, or the name that he goes by. Hideo dons a black helmet with a golden inverted capital A. The helmet has an open face and is draped in hardened black leather that sticks out kind of like a skirt. You might picture like a something somewhat resembling a samurai helmet that you would
Samurai's
see.
helmet?
With a prominent symbol in the front. And he asks you then, please gather and we will depart. And if the group of you... Sorry, go ahead.
I'm just gonna very quickly make sure that the sword is very securely wrapped up and well hidden before we get there. You know what? In fact, I'm gonna go and just bring out my my great axe instead, and do we have somewhere to put this sword that isn't gonna be like immediately visible, or should I just carry it on my back?
You may
I think
leave
if you just
here
carry
if
it
you wish.
on you.
All right, I'll just keep it on my back, and I'll just
Keep
have
it wrapped up.
Yeah, I'm gonna keep it wrapped up. I'm gonna have my my great axe out instead.
If we have the intention of being like part of the hunt, I'm expecting like crazy stuff to happen right away. So I'm just gonna cast bless on my friends before we go.
Might hit the ground running.
Yeah, just to be prepared for the worst.
All right, I'm ready. Do it.
Yeah.
Hideo speaks words of magic, and similar in the past, or to your most recent teleportation, circles begin to swirl around you. These are different shades of green and brown, and vibrant colors like you would see of flowering plants. They spiral, and you have the same warm, tingling sensation. And when it dims and subsides, you find the group of yourselves in a large square room with bare stone walls. Cyrus, you can tell this is the sloppy stone work of craftsmen who care little for what they are doing or have been, forced to do this task. Hideo says, This is where I will leave you. Best of luck, and if you make it to the Queen's court, perhaps I will see you there.
I'll just tip my hat to him and thank him for his part in getting us here. Thank you.
Best of
All right.
luck, and keep your wits about you. Hideo steps back, is consumed by a flurry of colors, and disappears from sight, leaving the group of you in this very plain room. And we'll take a break there, grab drinks, food, whatever you guys want, and we'll be back in about 12 minutes. Do I have that scene set up? Yeah, nonetheless, we'll be back in 12 minutes.
Nice. Woo-woo. Smell a good old-fashioned dungeon crawl coming on.
I may have to take out the sword. You know,
Sound of a
I
hammer
expected to show up
striking
in
an
a,
anvil
in
echoes
a
across the
room
room.
full of a
Cyrus
bunch of
Hammerhead
people, but
steps
we're
forward.
gonna go throughout some.
Sturdy boots heavy against the stone floor. His broad, muscular frame is covered in soot, and the marks of countless hours at the forge. His gruff voice is steady, like the rhythmic pounding of a blacksmith. Ah, so you're curious about me, eh? Name's Cyrus Hammerhead. I come from Mount Hammer, the finest mountain you'll ever lay your eyes on. Raised in the forge, you could say. My hands, these hands, aren't just for shaking or holding a mug. They were made for shaping, crafting, making something that'll last. For years, I worked the forge. Hammered steel, shaped the finest weapons and armors you could ever ask for. There was no finer craftsman in the mountain, and that's the truth. But somewhere along the way, I saw the world around me. I realized that the work I was doing, the tools, the weapons, the armor, it was all for the wrong reasons. The world was raging, just like the fires in my forge after a long day's work. People fighting over petty things, kingdoms crumbling, lives shattered. I knew I had to do something. Fixing the world needed more than just hammers and anvils. It needed hands, steady hands, to guide it back into balance. So I picked up my hammer, a different kind of tool, a holy symbol of Brahm, the true forger and my guide. I'm still a craftsman at heart, don't get me wrong, but now my craft is more than just metal. It's people. I've got a lot of work ahead of me, but that's what I do. I fix things. I heal the wounds of the world, one hammer blow at a time, until it's whole again. And if you're ready to join me, well, there's always room for a few more hands in the forge.
Hey, yeah, how you doing? Scuzz is my name. I mean, I got a simple sort of life, sort of at the beginning. You know, I was born one of triplets, the youngest one. I got my brothers Scud and Skull. Pretty cool guys. Skull's a pretty tough fella. He's he's a tough guy. But Scud's cool though. He's a nice one. Anyway, Scud always had the brains, and Skull always had sort of the brawn, and I was always sort of just like the other one. I've eventually sort of found my way though in our basic little goblin raiding clans is what the goblins do that can't really do much else of anything. So that's where I found myself doing some little raids, a little pillaging here and there, until one day I found this lovely little deck of cards amongst some things. Dug through one of the cards, started looking at them, went to pluck one out, and this other goblin fella in the raid group, he snatched him out from me, and he pulled one of the cards out. You know, that card turned into a beautiful, like, magical sword. He started swinging it around, started acting all tough about it, and showing off and everything. And somebody else grabs another one of the cards. He pulls one out, and but that one was weird though, because he pulled that one out, and this weird demon guy popped out and just smashed him, and then vanished. Strangest thing I ever saw. So I finally get the cards back. I pluck one out, and it just poof disappears out of nowhere. I felt this like weird sort of feeling in my brain, but like it didn't really do anything. And until later on that day, because for some reason I kept thinking to myself like something's weird about this, but I just
too dang stupid to understand it. So I finally was just like, golly, I wish I knew what that thing was. And I wish I was just smart enough to understand how this magic stuff sort of works. And next thing I knew, it all made sense. I started seeing the weave, the magical energy of the world, but like seeing as it functions, like mechanically, and I'm able to manipulate it in these different ways now. I don't know why that wish I made sort of came true, like a magical sort of thing. Anyway, so after that happened, I left the clan. I did a little time as a doing a little merchant shopping or a little merchant working, a little maintenance upkeep, things like that, and eventually found my way into adventuring. There's a lot of money in there. A lot of people need things and do that sort of thing, and you sort of help people out a little bit. So that's what I do now. I'm for hire if you need me too, by the way.
I was with my pa in the woods, hunting for food on a long trip away from home. I was gored by a boar, and I was a little confused, and I was very sad. I took his book he scratched letters into, and so I could learn more about him. He didn't really talk a lot about anything. He was an orc of few words. I took his book, and I headed to find someone smart that could help me understand what all these letters mean and what words they make. Nobody seemed to understand or make sense of the scratches except a mage who was up and coming, and he seemed like he could help me understand what was going on here. He said he could cast a spell that would help me learn, but it costs a lot of money, and I didn't have any money. So I went to go north to the New World in search of knowledge or money, and the first place I got to was a nice farm run by a nice old couple, the Hopkins. The man of the farm who ran it, he would give me some of his free time when he had it to help me learn how to read Common, which was, not what was in my father's book, as I learned later. But he couldn't give me all his time, so he had his son Kevin teach me. He was nice. He was pretty mean sometimes, but it was a good experience. Soon after, I left the farm to go wander and look for other orcs that have been spotted, and then maybe I could learn from them. I got some help from a small little goblin named Glasses. I helped him out once when he's getting stomped by some orcs, and some other goblins, and I asked him if he's seen any other orcs running around, and he seemed to let me know whenever he was in the area. I met some okay people I went to go do some jobs with, and then I just stuck with them when all my leads ran empty. There was a dwarf, a goblin guy, and like a weird wood elf that spoke funny. But cool.
So usually these sorts of stories begin with a young, jovial character thrust into a life-changing scenario, setting them on some kind of unplanned trajectory. But they aren't usually embarrassing or humiliating. Oh wait, my apologies. I should introduce myself first. I'm Desperado Phineas Theos, the third of my name, after my grandfather and my great-great-grandfather. My older brother, Silverado, you might have heard of him. He did some pretty great things for people of Gira. He left some time ago, a few years ago now. Hasn't been heard from in quite a while. Our home, our village, sits within the Redwood Forest, just on the edge of Dunsmuir Lake. Anyway, Silverado's leaving home for me was really tough. I thought we'd be in the forest together forever, our families growing up together. But after he set off, I realized I needed to find my place in this world too. I just wasn't sure what that looked like. I wasn't sure what that might be. And my friends and I, we spent most of our time just messing around on the shores of the Dunsmuir like any, young elf might do. When we weren't in school or training, that is. Usually these times on the lake were involved the weird games, always involved lots of wine. Not the junk from around here, the good stuff, good elven stuff. But on one sunny afternoon, everything kind of changed for me. It was a day like any other. It was sunny. It was nice. We were on the lake between swigs of wine, knots of the good bread. Wine was a bit off. We paid it no mind though. It didn't matter. But I'll never forget that giggling, cackling sound. It still haunts me. We were laying there with our dipping our toes in the water, staring at the sky. Those days when you're just trying to avoid the world and that's catching up to you. It was one of those times, all of a sudden I began to realize something was amiss. Not quite right. I couldn't wiggle my toes, my fingers, I couldn't turn my head. I couldn't move my arms or legs. I wasn't quite sure what had happened. None of us could move, but we could see and we could hear quite well. I could hear really well. You know how they say when you lose one sense, all your other sense are heightened. They're very right. The dancing and the laughing and cackling sound all around us. I couldn't tell what they were. I found out later from my father they're called bogles, tricksy little fey creatures. Anyway, they took everything. They took everything from us: our food, our coins, our clothes, our dignity. By the time I could move again, they were gone. There was no trace of them. There we were on the shore of the Dunsmuir, naked, exposed, robbed, and humiliated. I promised myself I'd never let my guard down like that again, especially around fays. And after that experience, I took my training much more seriously. It opened my eyes to the world and the things that are around us. Nothing is as it seems in our world, and even in times of peace, things can change in an instant, it seems. After the thing with the bogles, I kind of developed this issue with others touching my food. I trained in the community kitchens and learned some really good elven cuisine. I became a pretty accomplished chef, But when I wasn't in the kitchens, instead of spending my time at the lake, I practiced with my bow and my blades. I'd hoped that I wouldn't ever need to use them, but I wanted to be prepared in the event that I did. And it was around that time that the lady in the lake came to me. Apparently, she'd been watching me. I had no idea, but the first time I saw her, she appeared as this regal elven maiden, wearing this fairly pristine sylvan plate mail. She talked to me about how she was ready to take on a champion, someone to carry on her mantle. She would spar with me, and she helped me hone my skills with my bow and my blade. She told me about how she was one of the protectors of my people long ago, a great knight. No idea. She fought in the great battle of the Redwood Forest, the one that gave Redwood its name. She was a real great warrior, and she fought bravely in that battle. She had eventually fall, but Dunsmuir favored her, and her spirit lives on in the lake. She watches over our kin and in service of him in Dunsmuir. She asked if I could prove my worth. She would empower me to do great things. She asked me to seek out one of Dunsmuir's most faithful followers, my brother, actually, Silverado. She says he's lost but not gone, and that's what brings me here.
All right. Well, our break video ran its course, so we'll just chill here as we wait for Joel to return.
Oh, is that the 12 minutes? That's where you wait the 12 minutes for?
Yeah, I've got all your guys' background videos running during the break now.
That's cool.
I made a bowl of ravioli, slurped and ate it all down, and now I have a cheese quesadilla.
Very nice.
Wow. I had an Arby's roast beef sandwich for dinner.
Nice.
And 20 chicken nuggets for lunch. So my stomach is
That's a lot of nuggets.
Yeah, but I was also very hungry. So hungry boy.
Hungry boy.
I had to eat. So hungry. Now I have cheese that smells like chemicals, and I'm not sure why.
The chemicals, you know.
Oh, all right.
My wife's
Yeah,
working on
but-
dinner. I didn't even ask what it was.
Nice.
I told her I'll wait till after the game, though.
On the 31st of, it's the last Monday of the month, there's a concert Caravan Palace is playing. And I'm considering going to it, but it's Monday night at 7. So I bring this forward towards all of you. I don't even know if we're playing that day or not.
Which day would it be?
March 31st, the last Monday and day of this month.
We would typically have game, but we can talk about moving it around.
Yeah.
We're usually pretty amenable to that. We can figure out a day for that.
You don't usually miss any, Bodhi. You're usually accommodating us missing things. So I think
Yeah,
true.
I mean,
I think we owe you. I think we owe you.
Yeah, I mean, case in point today. So, in that vein, no, absolutely not. I will not stand for this.
I do got stuff going on, most of the time, but usually I'm okay to switch D&D around.
Appreciate it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I need to also figure out the best way to let people know. I guess I can make posts on YouTube. I'm actually not that familiar with
Yeah,
doing
it's
the
like
YouTubes.
a notification thing, like
I'm
in the
not
community
good.
tab, maybe.
Yeah, because you
The
can
YouTube
also
following going.
What's up?
How's the YouTube following going?
It's slightly increasing. We're getting
Hey.
some numbers on some of our videos, so we'll see how it goes.
Stable growth is always great.
Yeah. I prefer it, at least for the ease of posting videos, because then we don't just have to migrate everything from Twitch to YouTube. So
Yeah.
I think overall it'll pan out to be good.
Yeah. I find it easier to watch on YouTube than on Twitch.
Yeah. And also that way it's a little bit more discoverable because, videos are always available in the common way that people watch them versus Twitch, where people are looking for creators who are live to tune into. you
Yeah.
know.
Sure.
So-
Yeah.
Serious question: does anybody watch D&D streams aside from ours?
Oh, I watch. And if you include podcasts too, I probably have 10 different ones that I follow regularly.
I used to
I've-
watch Critical Role live. I don't anymore. When Dimension 20 releases an episode, it's not live technically, but everyone does a watch party in the Discord.
We
That's the
are also
closest I've
live,
gotten
just
to
so
it.
everybody knows.
Oh,
Nice.
okay. Stop mentioning other shows then. Shh.
No,
Just
yeah,
watch us.
I watched. For
I
a
only
while-
watch
Only
Heroes
us.
For a while, I was listening to You Meet in a Tavern. They had a Pokemon adaptation for
Oh,
5th
that's cool.
edition, and they're a pretty cool crew.
Yeah.
I like listening to them. I've listened to a
No,
bit
I've
of
done-
Critical Role, but yeah.
Yeah, Critical Role, Dimension 20, Dungeons and Daddies, Tales from the Stinky Dragon is another one that I've just started listening to. That's really good.
The people from
Oh.
Rooster Teeth.
Yeah. Not another D&D podcast.
NADPOD's pretty good.
Yeah,
You just post it on Discord. Awesome.
we'll just post a bunch of links up.
Dungeons and Daddies
Which
is
is
a
a-
really cool
yeah.
crew too. I liked them when I was listening to
Yeah.
more D&D stuff. I like.
Yeah, their stuff is fun. It's so funny how different every different one is incantation of it. Well, I mean like different shows, the way
Right.
different groups approach the same game.
Oh yeah. I watch Luke Hart from DM Lair as far as his advice videos and stuff like that, and he'll do live
cool.
streams. He's pretty fun to watch. I like his approach to the game a lot. Yeah.
Nice. I have a hard time. I tried listening to shows while I'm working, but I find all of a sudden I'll zone out, focus on something, and go back, and I missed half an hour. I'm like, frick,
Yeah.
gotta rewind it. So I often just listen to non-play videos. So the Matt Colville or the Dungeon Dudes or the Treant Monk or
the
Back
Dungeon
Tactics, that
Dudes.
kind of stuff.
I've listened to a
Yeah.
lot of
Yeah.
the Dungeon Dudes actually. I don't know. I think I just binged it too much and then kind of fell off with it. Listening to their first campaign, I'm pretty far in on that. I should probably wrap that one up.
I like their-
'cause I like them a lot.
Yeah, I like
they
their
are
like
good.
informative videos too, not just
Yeah.
their
Dungeons
like their
and Dragons,
breakdowns
right?
and their reviews and stuff.
Yeah,
That's
You
the one I
know,
like.
I mean,
yeah,
the
yeah.
campaign is their campaigns are great too, but like
their
yeah, I like
breakdowns,
those.
they're probably the best. I mean,
yeah, I think they're real insightful on the stuff. You know, so,
absolutely.
yeah.
Monty
Yeah.
is like the epic tier dungeon master. You know,
Seems like
Yeah.
it. Yeah.
Well, they have a great.
So
crew of
so
players,
listen, so
too.
Monty, if you're watching, you
Yeah,
know,
wait
you
a
want to
second.
come
Wanna
in
do a
do a
crossover.
cameo, come on, we're available. Anyone else who's
That would be
They're
awesome.
a couple of
Someone,
good old
please-
Canadian boys, you know.
please
They're-
pay attention to us.
they're-
Please let
They're
us
in
on
Toronto.
Oh, the Canadians taking over the game.
That's it.
All right.
right,
Well, hook
all
us
right.
up, Jason. Y'all
Yeah.
all know each other over there, right?
Yeah.
That's it. Yeah, we're all in arm's reach. Yeah.
All right.
They
well,
live in
call
my
them up.
house, actually.
Yeah.
They're upstairs.
They're right
Essentially.
here.
Nonetheless, we'll get back to the game
Yes, we'll play. Play
before
games.
we.
Oh yeah.
recruit
We
new
we
dungeon
do a
master,
game too.
I'm out of
That's
the
right.
We play a game.
So, you find yourselves after teleporting with Hideo in a large square room with bare stone walls. As I said, it's just basic, almost sloppy stonework. In the center of the room is an obelisk that reaches the earthen ceiling 10 feet above. It's made of petrified wood and dark obsidian intertwined. The two materials spiral and twist around each other. Closer analysis of this obelisk reveals the vague form of faces, hideous but alluring.
Can I, based on my very strange sort of understanding of magic and whatnot, can I ascertain anything else about this as far as like what its intention is or what sort of magic it's using or anything like that?
You can make an Arcana check if you wish, or if you have Detect Magic.
I do have detect magic.
Okay.
Do we have the time do I have 10 minutes to ritual cast it, or are we a little more pressed?
I don't know if we're in danger at all. I have no clue.
Hey,
I'll-
do you
I'll
guys
watch your
mind
back,
if
my
I
friend.
take a few minutes to sort of take
Yeah,
a
I
look
gotta-
at this and see
I
if I
gotta
can
figure this sword situation out. Go
Okay.
for it.
All right. So
I'll
yeah,
watch
if
your
I
back.
can I ritual cast detect magic?
Yes.
While he's doing so, I'm gonna put the great axe back on my back. I'm gonna take the sword out, and I'm going to. I've wrapped it fully in like a. I believe it was hidden before in some type of cloth at the Taipo Tavern, so I assume I'm using the same thing. But I'm going to make a cut where the hilt is at on the sword. So when you pull out, the sheath is covered and the handle is covered, but the blade is still able to be used.
Nice.
Just so to hide as much ornamentation as I can. Does the blade look unique at all, or is it just does it look like a normal long sword blade?
It has a bit of a bluish hue to it, but otherwise, your typical looking sword. Yeah.
Okay, so I'm just gonna, I'm gonna have that be my weapon, and it's gonna be, where I usually keep it, on my hip or where have you, and I'm gonna keep my hand on it, just ready to go. I'm not keeping it out of its sheath until we get into a fight.
Okay. Scuzz, you detect magic, and you sense that there is a permanent spell of some kind of illusion cast upon this obelisk.
With the knowledge that there is illusory magic on it, can I look and see if I can ascertain what it really is?
Sure.
Am I able to like?
You begin to closely inspect this, looking closely at the faces. There appear to be 4 faces on this, one facing each wall. And as you come to the 3rd face, the eyes shoot open. This is a fully featured face, contorted, as if in pain. And the mouth begins to move slowly and speaks. And the face says, "I will love the light, for it shows me the way. Yet I will endure the darkness, because it shows me the stars. I will love the light, for it shows me the way. Yet I will endure the darkness, because it shows me the stars.
I will love the light, for it shows me the way, but I will endure the darkness, because it shows me the stars." Write that down. Write that down. Somebody write that down.
I'm writing in my book. Hold on.
And as the eyes shoot open, light is emitted, a brilliant light that illuminates the room.
I look to the roof.
Yeah, I'll look around. Yeah, see what I couldn't see before. Exactly.
Yeah, is there anything? Yeah, is there anything new we can see?
I've been outside for a long time in my life, and I've looked at the stars a lot. Is there any sort of like stones on the ceiling or on the walls that seem like they're in the pattern of where stars would be in constellations?
That's good.
Make a perception check, please.
Oh, planetarium action.
A 19.
The ceiling.
Oh.
Scuzz, were you also looking around? I believe you had mentioned.
Oh yes, yeah. Can I roll as well?
Yes, please.
It was perception, right? Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, I forgot to take the bless off. Ignore that. That's gonna be a dirty 20.
You notice that the ceiling is hardened dirt or earth, with here and there roots descending and then reascending. So this place is carved from the ground. You don't notice any such pattern. In the room that you're in, there are torches in each corner, and then this brilliant light being shed by the eyes of the face on this obelisk.
About how dark was the room before the eyes started shooting light out?
Very dimly lit by the torches in the room. You know, enough
Is the
so
light...
that you could see. Sorry, Scuzz.
That's okay. I know you said the light is filling the room, but is it like completely filling the room, or is it radiating out but focused at a particular something? Is there like a spotlight sort of effect?
Each of these faces is facing a specific wall, and the light is most brilliant upon this wall. However, it is luminous enough that the whole room is, brighter because of it.
Can I go and take a look at that wall that's specifically lit up, just to see?
It seems like a plainly faced, plainly crafted wall. You don't notice anything.
Okay.
Yeah, you don't notice anything out of the ordinary about it.
I'm gonna take the end of my great axe. I'm gonna start poking, like the walls, like each wall. Is there like First of all, is there a door in this room at all, or are we just in like a room?
There do not appear to be any doors.
I was thinking the same, Durian. Maybe there's a illusory wall. Is that what you're thinking?
Yeah, I'm just gonna poke each wall a couple of times and see with the end of my great axe and see if anything reacts.
Like where the faces are facing.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry, I didn't mean to click that.
Just poke and see if it goes through at all, or
Sure, your weapon makes a clinking sound as it pokes upon the stonework. All the walls seem to be, physical walls.
I try the ceiling.
The same.
The
A
ceiling
bit of
the same?
dirt crumbles away, but it is solid.
I mean, we could dig our way out. Worst comes to worst.
Is there something false to the obelisk itself, my friends? Maybe.
I mean, it's covered in illusory magic, but that's all I could tell on it.
I'm gonna put the
Yeah. That's the thing with all the faces facing out of it.
Can I use my expertise in stonework to see if there looks like there's any kind of button that would press in.
Sure, you can make a perception check with advantage, Cyrus.
Awesome.
The stones were not carefully laid, but you don't notice any kind of specific mechanism or indicator that any of these stones would trigger anything, or notice anything out of the ordinary about any of these four walls. Very plain.
Don't see a mechanism.
Is there a means of the bright light? Is there a means of dampening it to force darkness?
You may be able to do that with something on your person. There's nothing built into the obelisk that would do that.
I'm gonna take the end of my great axe on the stick end, and I'm gonna put it in front of the light. Does a shadow be cast?
A shadow is cast.
About how, like, the source of the light, how big would you say it is? Is it a...
These faces are similarly sized to a person's head, and there are two eyes that are emitting this radiant light, as well as the four torches, one in each corner.
I'm gonna do the dumbest thing that any player can do in this game. I walk up and touch the obelisk.
The on the face that with the lit up eyes, I'm assuming.
Yeah. I'm gonna go and sort of reach up to like touch there, because that's the one that seemed to really stand out when.
The face twitches a little bit, as if slightly annoyed by being prodded, but there's no other reaction.
I take a rat out of my bag.
Poke at it. Hey, how do we get out of here?
Mr. Obelisk Man, do you want a rat? Are you hungry?
The obelisk repeats, "I will love the light, for it shows me the way. Yet I will endure the darkness, because it shows me the stars."
I might just take my hat and cover its eyes, the eyes where the light's coming from, and try and see if it dampens like holding on my hand, just like, put your hand over your like the over someone's face.
Sure, and it completely dims the lights as you press the hat upon the face, blocking out the brilliant light from the obelisk. However, there still are four torches that emit
I think we need to kill those torches, my friend. Kill those torches.
Okay, yeah, sure. I'm just gonna take a torch and take it off the wall, throw it on the ground, and stomp it out.
I'm gonna walk over to one of the torches, and I'm gonna look up and realize that it's twice as high up as I am, and just ray of frost it.
Nice.
We put out the torches.
When all of the torches have been extinguished, Desperado, you're holding your hat tightly over the shining beacons. And after several moments pass, the wall that this face is looking upon the wall, there appear points of light, 5 of them. 2 near the floor, spaced about 3 feet apart. Then about 3 feet above that, another 2 points, or those might be slightly farther apart, like 4 feet apart. And then central and between the lights, but higher up, a 5th point.
So 2, and then 1.
Yes.
Okay.
I go and I push the center of those lights, like where it's outlining. I push that piece of stone with the end of my great axe. Does anything happen? Or is it still brick?
It's still brick.
Is it revealing a pathway, my friends? Maybe it's revealing a path.
Durian has inspected the area between these points, and it still appears to be solid.
Is there some sort of seam that's there now? Any that we can detect? Like maybe like an outline connecting those, like sort of connect the dots on those points to make like a doorway?
No outline has appeared on its own, there are just these 5 points of light.
I'm gonna go take the rat I offered the obelisk earlier, and holding the rat by my tail and having it be on top of my fist as I buffer between the wall and my own physical skin. I'm going to touch one of the points of light and try to draw an outline on the wall and see if any like white light comes forth and is drawn from me making the action, hoping that the rat may protect me from any wild stuff that may occur.
And so you're connecting the dots so as to
form a
cause
shape.
the shape of like a pentagon.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I see. Okay. Yeah.
The rat blood connects the dots of light.
That's metal.
And covers your fist in rat goo. It doesn't seem to have the effect that you desire.
I speak friend.
Right? Didn't work.
I'm trying to think.
I'm gonna go stand at the pseudo doorway, and I'm gonna turn around with my back fist in the wall. Do I see anywhere that the points of light may be coming from? Because now that the torches are out, and Desperado has his hat over the face, is there any light at all escaping from his hat?
No, these 5, that's interesting. These 5 points seem to be their own sources of light.
As the darkness has consumed the room, these five dots of light appear.
Correct.
I touch a dot of light.
And do you mind just repeating again, Den? So there's 2 on the floor.
Mm-hmm.
They're like a little bit apart, and then there's 2 on the walls, and then 1 in the ceiling.
Yeah, if you imagine the 5 points of like a perfect pentagon, the 5 angles of them,
right.
That is where those points would be. Scuzz, the light from this shines through your fingernail. Your finger lights up in red.
I try to trace the line with my finger.
I wonder if it's just to be revealing the doorway, guys. Can you just maybe walk through maybe if we just need to walk
I
through?
I tried with my stick and it wouldn't go.
Scuzz, tracing
but
the
your
shape
stick is not you, my friend.
Tracing the shape has the same effect as Durian tracing the shape in rat blood.
So nothing, really.
I will love the light, for it shows me the way, yet I will endure the darkness because it shows me the stars.
Take your hat off of it.
Yeah, okay. I'll remove it to reveal, basically stop blocking the light.
And now we have an
light shows the
outline
way.
The 5
of rat
points
blood.
disappear. But yes, the shape of the pentagon is still there.
I press on the wall. Any difference? Or is it still
let's.
just a wall?
It is
I'm just
still a
gonna walk
solid
through
wall.
I'm just gonna walk towards wherever that outline was. Like it seems like it might have revealed the door, guys. No.
Desperado, you walk confidently into the wall, and your hat, the brim of your hat strikes it first, and your hat's knocked off.
Oh, frig, man. I'll pick it up and dust it off on my pants.
I hope you didn't walk into the rat blood.
Make sure I didn't wreck the brim.
I think I would be very frustrated. I'm picking up my hammer and going straight for that wall.
Yeah, I was about to see how structurally sound is this wall.
Cyrus,
Can I-
do you strike the wall?
Well, I want to see if I can use my knowledge of stone to find like a structural weak point.
As you analyze the wall, perhaps tapping it here and there, it sounds as if there is solid dirt, ground behind it.
Okay. I'm gonna let my party know.
You feel like you can tell there's something behind? Is that what you're saying?
It feels solid, as though it were a very thick wall, or there was earth and dirt behind the wall.
Just to cover the bases, this doesn't look like any constellation I've seen. This is just a shape, not like a Yes.
Yeah. Yeah. And it's on the wall. Those that outline. Those dots were on one of the walls, right, Ben? Is that right?
Yes, when it was fully dark, yes. And you have traced between each dot. I'm doing this in a mirrored thing, so it's kind of weird.
Yeah, you're doing good.
Connecting each dot on the perimeter.
I'm gonna.
Is there any magic here?
Yeah, I mean, this whole place is lousy with magic. Are you kidding me? Detect magic, I believe, lasts for 10 minutes, so I would still have it up. Yeah, it's concentration up to 10 minutes. So can I detect any other sort of type of magic? I mean, obviously there's something magical on this wall.
Yeah, absolutely.
But can I figure out like
Each
what
wall,
it is?
Gosh, I'm not sure exactly what school of magics it would fall under.
So there's magic coming off of each wall?
Yes, there is.
I'm gonna run back over. Can the obelisk turn? Are we able to rotate it?
Is affixed to the ground.
Hey, bigger fellas that are stronger than me. Can anybody move this thing at all? Can we make this guy look at a different wall, maybe?
Can we wake up with the other faces?
It appears that the magic on the walls is one of transmutation. I think it was what it would probably most closely align with, which allows for the transformation of things.
Oh, okay.
I'm just gonna draw a pentagram real quick in the star, or in the, just real quick. Try and do a pentagram with the points. Can you do that with
shows me the stars?
Can you do that with a?
What the hell are we missing?
The light shows the way.
And Durian, as you trace the shape of a pentagram or of a star, as it would be, the stone begins to dissolve.
I did it.
Connecting
What did
it.
you
do that?
I just made a star.
Connecting it as you would draw a star.
Oh, nice.
It's as simple as a star.
I thought we did that.
No, we did the outline.
Yeah, the
Trying to
outline
make like a
of the
door.
Pentagon.
No, well, okay, whatever. We there? Yay!
Sorry if I was mistaken. That's what I thought everybody had done. I thought first Durian
No,
had done that with the rat
you were
blow
right.
and then Scuzz with his finger. Nonetheless,
That was my interpretation. Yeah, you're good.
the bricks within the shape dissipate, leaving an empty threshold, and beyond it is a hallway.
All right. I'll start heading down the hallway, trying to keep an eye out for any sort of. This feels like a trappy kind of place. I'm gonna watch for some traps.
I'll be right
coming
behind
through
you.
here. Yeah.
Can I take a deep breath and try to see if this is like fresh air that I'm getting from this passageway, or if it's stale?
Sure, the air in here does seem quite stale. You don't pick up or make a perception check, please, Cyrus. Is that your 20? Oh, sorry. 10.
It's a 10.
You don't pick up any moving air. It does seem quite stagnant. And Scuzz, will you make a investigation check, please, as you kind of try to keep a lookout for traps?
Yes, this feels kind of important, so I'm gonna spend my inspiration on this. If that's all right.
Okay.
Nice.
It's yours.
Because I remembered to say it first.
My lady might guide you in this too if I give you some guidance too.
I'll take that. The investigation, you said?
Yes, please.
Cool. I'm actually pretty good at investigation.
It's pretty tight quarters in here, would you say, Ben?
Yes, this
All
hallway
right, so that's
is enough for two people to walk abreast, about 7 feet wide.
with guidance, that's going to be a 22. I mean 21. Excuse me.
Very nice.
Nice, man.
You notice several things here. First of all, what is obvious is that before you in the hallway, there are many ropes crisscrossing in, many directions, dozens of directions, so that to pass them, one would have to crawl over, under, or between these thick ropes that are barring your way. They obstruct your path for about 10 feet. And easily noticed, along each wall beside you is a trough filled with oil. However, what is not obvious, but Scuzz, you do perceive, there are small holes in the wall, hidden by the masonry. You know, some of them 4 or 5 inches in diameter, maybe 3, 4, 5 inches in diameter, and they're just placed either wall.
Okay.
Do I see if there like a pressure plate, or can I tell what triggers this, or is it the ropes themselves? Does it seem like it's the ropes that trigger it?
Make for me an investigation check of the ropes specifically, if you would.
Sure. Oh, I don't think I have that guidance anymore, but
I think it's the one and down. Sorry.
It's a 21 anyway, so I think we're good.
You look carefully at the ropes, being careful as to not, trigger whatever they may be attached to. They seem to be affixed firmly, secured to like eye hole brackets or what have you, made of iron on the wall.
Like the metal loops.
Yes.
Does it? You said there was like vats on the side that had like oil in them.
Yes.
Or
Along the
grease?
wall
Okay.
on either side
Okay.
are troughs, and they continue down the hall.
Troughs, yeah. Okay,
Does
and
Does it look like one rope, Ben, or there are multiple, or it's like
There are
it's,
many
It's like one
ropes,
rope
like-
looped. Oh, okay.
Imagine like the child's play place or jungle gym where you have to go through all of those,
Right.
crisscrossing ropes. You're climbing over, under, between them.
And there's multiple sections of these for 10 feet.
There are many of them, yeah, for 10 feet, yes. Kind of chaotically placed.
just like a spider web of rope that we'd have to like crawl through, basically.
Yes.
I get
Yeah.
I get down to the ground. Can I tell if they're like spaced in any way, shape, or form, or is it just like? Because what I'm thinking currently, it's like a kind of like a hurdle, like a track, where it's just like one big mess of ropes, and there's some space in between, and then there's more, or is it just like one continuous long mass of?
Yeah, one continuous mass of them. I wish there was still a dungeoneering check. But Durian, will you make me a perception check? I really liked the dungeoneering skill.
I'll give it a go. Can I?
Yeah, let's
can I
have
get
perception, please?
Am I able to lobby for guidance in this trying time?
Oh, of course you can.
Can I
Yeah,
use the
we're
help
taking
action
our
actually?
time in any of this. Yeah. Yeah, I'll help you. My lady will guide you.
Okay, fair enough.
So, guidance and advantage for being helped.
Can I provide the help action on this?
Yes, you may.
All right. We'll give it a whirl.
Oh.
Oh. 11. That's something.
Yeah, it's not bad.
There's no rhyme or reason to the placement of these ropes. They do seem very thick. They would be hard to cut through. It would take, quite some time to cut through these, even with as sharp of a blade as several of you possess. And they are very firmly attached. Some of them also come out of the floor itself. So it
Going
would
out,
not be
yeah.
as simple as simply crawling below all of them. After a couple of feet, you would be impeded by, ropes coming from the ground and as such.
I'm gonna go.
Scuzz,
Yeah.
Did you happen to notice? Do the ropes smell like they might have oil on them too?
Did I notice any sort of aroma, any sort of odor coming off of the ropes like that?
You did not, and the ropes they look dry.
Yeah, no, the ropes seem okay. What seems to be the deal here to me is these big vats of oil making me think that there's definitely some sort of like a fire trap of some sort.
Yeah.
I don't know if these are fueling them directly or if this is what's going to get dumped on us if we screw this up. I'm trying to look and see if there's any sort of I'm trying to find the trigger for what it is.
And what was
Yeah,
the
there's
deal with
something-
the holes in the wall? What was that
Well,
about?
the holes in the wall are either arrow holes or maybe,
Right.
or that might be where the fires. Ooh,
Where the fire's
am I
going to shoot
begin-
down?
Do I see any like scald marks around those holes or anything?
Burnt stone?
Scuzz, make a perception check for me, please.
Sure.
Can we?
God, I keep forgetting to take that off. Sorry for the guidance. 13.
As you peer into one of these holes, getting quite close to it, you see a small figure, like a pixie or a fairy or a sprite, similar to the ones that you encountered in Athena's apothecary earlier in the game at Riverside. And as you peer into the hole, this tiny figure quickly darts back.
Oh. He slowly tiptoes backwards and he just leans over his shoulder and he goes, "There's fairies in the guides."
Well, they wouldn't. I presume they wouldn't do anything until we mess up or do something wrong.
Do we
Scuzz,
just like?
as you give this information to your party, from the other side of the room, there's a spark from one of the small holes, and it flies from the hole in the wall to the trough of oil on the far side of the room and ignites the oil.
Ray of Frost! Can I hit it?
Yeah, I'll brace myself with my shield.
Scuzz, I like that idea. Will you, can everybody please roll initiative for me?
My current theory on what these ropes are for is they're not, since we know there's pixies in the walls, they're not a trigger device, they're a trap to like physically keep us in place as we get pelted on by.
Yeah, slow us down, right?
While we get exploded. Yeah.
Yes. If that's the case, I think I can cut through all of them. If it's not going to set anything off, I think I can just like machete through a jungle, like cut us a path. I'm pretty certain.
Well, let's figure out if we didn't
They're-
get blown up yet.
They're thick. I think
First.
these are like shipping dock level like ropes.
Kevin's sword is a sword of sharpness, which specifically states when you attack an object with this magic sword and hit, maximize your weapon damage dice against the target.
Oh,
Oh,
nice.
well, there you go.
Wow, that's really cool.
It is specifically, I mean, you lop off people's like limbs if you
Right.
crit twice in a row, but
Yeah.
you
yeah.
deal max damage to like objects. So
Yeah, you're right. You totally.
Yeah,
Yes,
that'll be awesome
totally.
if we don't blow up.
yeah, if we don't blow up.
Oh, that's awesome though. Yeah, I totally forgot about that, Bodhi. That's like it's exactly what it's for.
Yeah.
That's actually very handy. Yeah. Very nice.
Ben's like, "Damn it, I forgot I gave you that."
It's just a sword that does extra damage sometimes. Which means if I two-hand this thing, I'm doing like 14 damage a swing.
Scuzz, you go to react, but unfortunately, this flame ignites the oil more quickly than you're able to react to in such a fashion as to quell it immediately. The flame leaps into the air and begins to emit thick plumes of black smoke. And so I'm sorry, I was just basing that off of initiative rolls, and
That's fine.
my monsters rolled very well for initiative.
Yeah, and I rolled squat, so it's okay.
So I wanted to give that one a chance because I like that concept. Keep in mind, this is the trough on the left side of the hall that has been ignited.
Okay.
On the right hall has not been ignited yet.
Is it like? Is the trough is like? About how wide is it?
Sure. I'd say 6 inches wide, just along the wall, and it seems to span the hallway going down. As far as you can tell through the ropes, your vision becomes slightly obscured as the density of ropes, towards the end of it.
And I assume the ropes themselves extend from like wall to wall, so they are technically over the over the ropes.
They
They're
are.
just,
Yes. Yes.
So they will eventually get burnt.
If they're
I
normal
think they're
ropes.
Yeah, if they're normal ropes. I also thought maybe they've just been replaced all the time because they're dry.
And the these plumes of black smoke begin to fill the chamber rapidly. Desperado, you can act first.
I kind of like clench my. I have this around my neck. I have this kind of. It's like a fossilized piece of sap with a red leaf in it. Kind of squeeze onto the. Just hold on to that and speaking words to the lady that guides me. And I'm gonna cast thaumaturgy. Now in thaumaturgy, it mentions you can create wind that would open or close like doors and windows. I was gonna see if I could create wind to waft the smoke away from us down the hall.
And this wind would, where would the origin of the wind be? Does it originate from you, or?
I'm gonna guess it probably does. Yeah, I guess it would probably. I think it would. Yeah, I don't think I could I don't think I would have the. I mean, it's a cantrip. I don't think I would have the strength or the knowledge to be able to start it at a particular point. It probably originates from my focus.
Okay, and I'm sorry, I did mean on the beginning of each player's turn, they will need to make a Constitution check due to the billowing black smoke. So let's begin with that from you, Desperado, please.
Yeah, sure. Let's do that. Come on. 16.
Okay, the smoke has not consumed enough of the passage to affect you yet. So you cast thaumaturgy and begin to, blow the smoke out of the room. The line of fire does continue down the passage, so this will have some effect.
Sure.
I would
maybe I can give my friends advantage on their con save or something.
I'll apply everybody can have advantage on this round of checks as the the smoke continues to billow out. But yeah, this is quite effective.
Gust of Wind is a second level spell. This is its cantrip, so it's not going to have that level of
Yeah, and as the fire spreads, it's going to be, these are dark billows of smoke.
Sure.
It's a lot, So it will have an effect at first, but as the fire spreads and grows, it's not going to be as effective.
Cool.
So
and I might just kind of I might just take a step back as I from that to allow my friends to do what they were going to do. I know it's tight, right?
Yes, these are tight quarters. We don't have a map in front of us, but I would allow you guys to stand, two abreast in this hallway. It's 6-7 feet wide. It's enough if three of you wanted to even squeeze in there, but because on a battle map, we're thinking about room to pivot and maneuver in combat. This is a little bit different than that mechanic.
Right on.
So after Desperado is Durian.
Durian was. I said I was going to be right behind Scuzz, and Scuzz, fired off a frost cantrip to try and stem the fire before it started, and then the smoke comes out. Oh, I guess I'll have to make the on check.
Please
right?
do. Thank you. Yes.
Yeah. Is it a save? Or is it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is it a save or a check?
It'll be a save.
Okay.
Yeah. You got her.
Oh yeah, I'm probably balling. 13. I messed up. My little orc lungs can't handle all the smoke.
You're okay for the moment, because half of just one trough has been ignited. As the room continues to fill with smoke, you fear that you may begin to lose your breath. But go ahead.
I'm gonna put my shield away. I'm gonna take both my hands on the sword of sharpness. I'm going to two-hand it. And I'm going to try and just cut straight down the middle of the ropes closest to us and see if it has any effect.
Okay. You can easily enough hit these. What would max damage be?
With two-handing the sword of sharpness, it will be 14.
Okay, make an
total
athletics
damage.
check for me, please.
Okay.
This is going to rely on, more so than a tactical strike. This is going to rely more on your strength, and as far as cleaving through, multiple ropes here.
Yeah. I'm gonna spend an inspiration just to do this with advantage, because I feel like this is important. I could probably rage, and if this is like a continued thing, I probably will. But we're gonna give it a go. 16.
You're able to cut away, cut into this mess of ropes, about a foot. And what we'll do with that is that if anybody tries to move into these ropes, they'll have advantage for the first part of their movement.
Can I then go and try and move forward? Just trying to stay at the front of the train.
You can.
Nice.
It'll require a acrobatics or athletics check to move through these ropes, forcing your way with athletics or moving nimbly with acrobatics.
I think I'll do an athletics check.
Okay. And that'll accompany your movement here.
Which was also now at advantage because I cut some ropes away, correct?
Yes.
Okay. I think I'm definitely gonna rage on my next turn just to.
Yeah, there seem to be a lot of ropes. So if you had the time to stay and hack and slash them, that would absolutely be viable.
I got 11.
Okay, you climb into the ropes, but you find yourself falling prone upon the ground as you become entangled in them. After Durian,
help,
is Scuzz.
Scuzz hears Durian cry for help, but then he remembers that Durian stole all of his rats and keeps trying to give them away.
Look, there were
So
our
Scuzz runs up, jumps and hops off of Durian's thigh to the right side of the wall, and starts to sort of nimbly try to scurry around through the ropes along the side to try to get across to the end of the hall.
Start with
Are you trying to parkour through this?
Basically, yeah. Oh yeah, con save.
Con save, please.
With advantage.
Yeah, I gotta turn off this.
Yeah, that's good.
You're able to take a deep breath unaffected by the plumes
22.
of smoke.
All right, and then you said I have to do acrobatics or athletics to get through the ropes.
Yes.
With
But
advantage.
I have advantage. All right.
You do have advantage for this check.
Right. I'm gonna do acrobatics, believe it or not, which I'm pretty good at.
That's what I thought.
Not great, but pretty good. Ugh. 10.
You go into this very confidently, but as you jump upon the wall, your foot snags on one of the pythons.
Yes.
And you fall on your back on the ground.
Come here often.
Entangled in the ropes.
I deserve that. Okay, I am.
So what I'm having you guys do is you can take some kind of measure with your action.
Yeah, can I was
moving through would be your movement.
Cool.
Okay. Can I? Yeah, I was just gonna say because I haven't actually used my action yet. So can I use an action to try to start untangling myself?
Yes. Yeah, you can use your action to move as you normally would be able to, but the action will be at disadvantage because you have just failed this previous check.
Okay.
I mean, rope tricks are usually like sleight of hand.
Oh, say less.
If you have sleight of hand, you can use that.
I have a little bit of sleight of hand. 16.
You're able to untangle yourself and get to your feet. And so, you're a few feet into the ropes here. It's going to require, some more dexterous feats to get through this.
Okay. Did I use my full movement getting to that point since I got tangled up?
Yeah, okay. We're not treating it as like traditional difficult terrain where you can move half speed. It's basically you can basically move kind of like 5 feet at a time through this obstacle. So it would be into, and then out of, essentially. So Scuzz,
I got you.
you're 5 feet in, successfully standing, ready to act again on your next turn.
Okay.
So it would basically be 1 out of 3 successes needed. Next is Cyrus.
I got you.
So that means saving throw, right?
Yes, a con saving throw, please.
With advantage still?
Yes. Yeah, the wind's kind of sweeping the smoke out of the room still from Desperado.
22.
You're able to fill your dwarven lungs with stale crypt air or dungeon air.
Worst places in this. My stubby little dwarf legs are running straight for the rope.
Help me.
Okay. An athletics check then?
Can I? You tell me this is possible. I want to see if I can use my sharp eyes to find a way through that's a little more easy.
Make a perception check for me, please.
$16.
What do your dwarf eyes see? You do see, from your lowered stature, a path that will get you into the mix here. You can make an athletics check. Your perception check should have been with advantage. You can make an athletics check with advantage +2. Because Durian has cut away a number of these ropes, and then spotting this path that might be more approachable for a dwarf, you'll have advantage as well.
So that's 12.
Okay.
Welcome to the pit. I see you didn't even fall over. You're just stuck standing.
With a 12.
I think I got like my head inside, but I got stuck on the arms.
You're able to move into the first cluster of ropes here, and you find yourself next to Scuzz standing.
What the hell? Hey!
Like,
damn short people.
I got in there, but like my foot got stuck at the end, so I'm just like pulling it out. And if I can, I think that's my action, right?
That was your movement. The perception check was your action. So the perception check aided you in getting there for sure. A 10 wasn't going to cut it. A 12 seemed to have been enough.
That's gonna be it for me then.
Okay. From a hole higher up near the ceiling, you see just a tiny figure, and another spark flies across the room, and it ignites the trough of oil on the right side of the hallway. And now plumes of black smoke begin to raise into the air from that side. And now the fire on the left side begins creeping down the hallway underneath this obstacle. And the smoke is beginning to billow into the room. Desperado, your thaumaturgy doesn't seem to be having as good of effect as it was, and so it will no longer provide advantage.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Durian.
Oh.
From beneath you, as you lie on the ground entwined in these ropes, roots and vines begin to crawl over you, trying to restrain you. Please make a strength saving throw.
Oh, that's not good. 8.
Ooh.
Okay, and you are entangled in roots, held to the ground here.
I'm feeling a little stuck.
And so you will be restrained. Desperado, it is your turn.
All right. So gripping this red leaf encased in around my neck, I squeeze it and closing my eyes. I asking my lady for blessings. I'm gonna cast bless. It looks like Cyrus is kind of making a little bit of headway, so I'm gonna bless myself, Durian, and Scuzz.
Okay.
With a bless spell. And then I'm just gonna knock that off. And then I'm going to try and use my acrobatics to get through the ropes as best I can. Trying to avoid the area where my friend Durian is getting entangled.
Help me. Everyone's passing me by.
Okay. You can use athletics or acrobatics, basically strength or dexterity, as you wish.
I will definitely use dexterity. I'll be using acrobatics.
At
Sure.
advantage.
Yeah, for definitely.
Trying to
At
kind of
advantage with
swiftly, nimbly
advantage.
crawl over the ropes and past them.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Doing my ninja vanish. 24.
Sure, and you hop easily in, up next to Cyrus.
Nice. And I believe that is all for me.
Okay. Now, there are many holes along the walls in here, and you see small, slight figures appear, and small flashes of silver as they shoot arrows into the room here. Desperado, they seem to be targeting you, and there are 6 of them. I'll make my attacks here.
Nice. That's cool. And I did have my shield out because I was expecting a fire to come wafting down. So I do have that out.
Oh.
I don't know if I'm getting. What am I getting?
Wow.
Yeah, those are gonna hit. Yeah.
Okay.
What's your AC?
19.
So we have 3 hits.
Oh.
3 hits. 2 crits and a hit.
The prick of these arrows, at first, it doesn't cause much pain, it's merely a slight inconvenience, 1 damage each. But you feel as though something...
Two for the critical hits?
It's really just a D1. So,
oh, okay.
I mean, but, however, you do feel a strange warmth or hotness entering your veins as these prick you in the neck. Please make 3 con saving throws.
Awesome.
1 for each of these hits.
Less con save. Con save number 1. Oh, I don't know why I rolled with advantage. Sorry. 17. I'll turn that off.
Okay.
Con save number 2. I didn't put the bless on there. Oh, because I didn't check it next to the. There we go. Con save number 2. Make it good. 10.
Okay.
And then con save number 3. 16.
Okay. You fight off whatever poison these arrows are laced with. Next is Durian.
So what's going on here, Ben? Am I gonna have to try and break free?
You can use your action to try to break free with a strength check.
Yeah. Is this worth a rage, I wonder? Can't really.
Would Durian be happy being entangled, or would it anger him? Is the question.
Durian's just like on the ground, just like, I'm sick of this, and he's just gonna rage as he's just trying to get free from this entanglement. So am I making a athletics roll?
A strength check, please.
Strength check. At advantage because of raging, as one does.
Unfortunately, bless doesn't apply to like skill checks.
You're able to fight your way free of these roots that are binding.
All right, I'm gonna get up. Oh, all right. Can I just try and make my way through the ropes?
Yes, with a strength or dexterity check.
I can't necessarily cut anything as I've used my time getting up.
Right.
I'll go ahead and do an athletics check to try and just like shoulder my way through. There we go. An 18. I'm tired of this. Everyone passed me by.
And I'm sorry, make your Oh, you did make your con save. Thank you. Sorry. Yeah, with an 18.
8?
Oh, I'm sorry.
Make
That's Desperado. Yeah, please make a con save for the beginning of your turn.
Okay. I mean, it's probably fine. That's probably okay. 11? Ben, what does this mean, Ben?
You become choked up by the billowing clouds of black smoke.
Oh, Durian.
And so this will negate advantage. So you do succeed on your strength check to break free. However, this athletics check, you find yourself stumbling forward again, further into this mess and thick of ropes.
It's like we can't see through the smoke, Ben. Is that what it is?
Yeah, and also inhaling it,
Sure.
makes any kind of feats of strength or dexterity more challenging.
Basically retching, yeah.
Yeah, can't get a good breath. You're busy coughing, and yeah, exactly.
So I'm just stuck in the ropes.
As you move
Goody,
forward,
goody.
You'll fall prone again.
No!
My God.
Did I make any progress?
You do stumble forward a bit, yes.
Okay. All right, that's fine, I guess. I just sit there on the floor, sad.
Next is Scuzz.
Aw. All right. Well, Scuzz is going to try once again to nimbly escape through these ropes.
Okay.
Oh wait, I need to do a con save first, right?
Yes, please.
Bless.
Oh, and I'm blessed. Yes. I like it.
I mean, you can go for it.
I don't think it's gonna help much.
Me neither.
I swear. Okay. I was gonna say if
Nine.
you succeed
That's
and
enough,
I
right?
don't,
I'm only like
when the
3
lady
foot
favors
tall,
you, you gotta take it.
so like smoke rises. So I want you to keep that in mind.
Rising just past your head from the floor, and you will have disadvantage or negate any advantage on these next checks.
Okay. That's fine. I don't even need it. I could do it with disadvantage. I don't care. I am going to, like I said, still same plan. I'm going to try to nimbly escape through the ropes.
Okay. An acrobatics check, please.
I'll be seeing you on the floor. Damn it.
16.
All right. What's your cool parkour move?
So Scuzz, he stands up, and he stands up too quick, and he hits into the smoke. And he starts and he immediately drops down on the ground and starts coughing. And as he drops down, he sees on the lower part where none of these other big tall guys could notice, there's a little bit of an opening. So he like kind of gets on his back and grabs the ropes and slides himself under through that way to maneuver around.
Okay. Very good. Will that be all from Scuzz?
Can I dash?
Yes.
Okay, then I go 2 feet.
You can accompany this with another acrobatics or athletics check to try to move, and this would
Okay.
clear you
Still-
of the obstacle getting through.
Okay, still at disadvantage?
Yeah. Yes.
Okay, that's fine. Let's see. 9.
Narf.
Okay. You find yourself trapped and tripped up by the ropes, not quite able to make it through. Next is Cyrus.
Okay, so first off, Constitution save, right?
Yes, please.
And we no longer have advantage on this, right?
Right.
19?
Good.
Awesome. Okay. Is Durian within arm's reach of me?
Help!
Yes.
Help!
I'm gonna slap his butt and I'm gonna hit him with with some enhanced ability.
Whoa!
Okay.
So I'm
Goodness.
doing. Hey.
That's strange.
I'm hitting him with enhanced ability, full strength.
Oh, cool.
Nice.
Very good.
And then I'm gonna use my movement to try to make my way through again, following the same path that I was going.
Okay.
Yeah. So this would be an athletics, right?
Yes.
Yeah. I'm just gonna try to push my way through the same direction I was moving. Obviously. 9.
Okay, unfortunately, Cyrus stumbles over the ropes and you will fall prone.
Okay, and I'll just say,
Hello.
Durian, keep cutting the ropes.
I would love to if I could stand up for more than 2 seconds. Watch, there's some vines gonna grow over me real quick. Watch this. Look. This is Durian being upset. This is his rage. He gets very confrontational. Very talkative.
That'll be the end of my turn.
Okay. You hear the tiny voice of pixies in the wall chanting words of magic. Cyrus, please make a wisdom saving throw.
Ooh. Okay. 10.
Oh, plus, oh no, you're not blessed. Sorry, man.
It's all right.
My bad.
I'm usually better at this, anyways. Just look at the dice, man.
Look at the dwarvish.
We got to keep things interesting.
Absolutely.
Cyrus, you begin to shrink, but only slightly, and you grow hair, black and white hair, rapidly, and you become a koala bear, or excuse me, a panda bear.
What?
Slow,
Durian's just like
clumsy panda bear
on the
as
ground.
You're polymorphed.
Hold up. Did I become a panda bear, or was I a panda bear always?
Is this the reveal?
Did you he just killed your dwarf spell? Yeah, he just killed it.
Actually, a counter spell. It was a dispel magic.
Yeah.
Durian, again, if you would please make a strength saving throw as roots
So-
begin to reach up out of the ground and try to trap you and entangle you.
Does the enhanced ability still stay on me? It's a concentration spell, but he is now a panda. How do such things work?
Regardless, it will not work on saving throws.
I mean, I'm raging
okay.
still.
The enhanced ability does. It affects like strength checks and strength save throws. If it's for bull strength.
Just checks.
It just checks. Not saves, but I am raging, so it's...
It gives you twice your carrying capacity and advantage on strength checks.
Yes.
Okay.
Well... I can still make the check, Ben. I still have rage. It'll be at advantage. I'm on the ground, withering away.
I mean, you retain your personality and alignment, but your mental abilities are replaced by the animal. So I don't think this. I think the concentration would be lost.
Okay with that.
Apologies if I'm ruling that incorrectly, but that's what my gut's telling me.
Real question, Ben, is do I have the advantage from rage canceled out because I'm coughing? That's still a thing.
Did you make a new...
I have not made a
check?
new con save yet.
Okay, make a new con save every turn. And it'll replace the
Okay.
the result of the last one.
Go ahead. Con save. 19. My con save at the very least.
You will make it, but I apologize. Desperado is after the pixies.
Oh.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
I'm
he
sorry.
is.
We'll hold that for your turn, and then go ahead, Desperado. My mistake.
I saw it before. I watched Cyrus kind of like hesitate before he went through the ropes. I could tell he was kind of trying to find a advantageous pathway. I might try and do the same thing before I acro my way out.
Okay, make your con
Can I
save,
try and do that?
please, first?
Oh yeah, sure.
Yep.
Yeah, no, that's right there. Sorry, I don't jump the gun. Come on. Oh, boom.
Success.
Yeah. Cool. Okay, cool. So that's good. Can I try that? Can I try and see if I can find
Yeah,
a way
absolutely.
where my nimble elven body can snake through?
Yeah.
So perception?
check, please. Yes.
Yeah. 16.
And that will grant you advantage on your athletics or acrobatics check.
Acro. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. So I'm gonna like very gracefully, like cartwheel my way, handspring cartwheel my way through around these things.
Okay.
Oh, sorry that I didn't roll with advantage, but that's 25.
Nice.
Mm-hmm.
Desperado, you're able to move so nimbly and swiftly through this, you find yourself on the other side of this obstacle, having moved completely
Nice.
through it.
Nice. Okay, now I'll stand and kind of facing, like, kind of with my back to the. Is there? I guess I can't do anything else. I'm kind of done. I just wanted to position myself. Yeah. I was thinking I don't want to get shot in the back, but I want to be able to see where my friends are coming from. But I probably can't really do anything else at this
Which
point.
way would you like to be looking?
Yeah, but basically like back toward, like down towards them with my back against the wall.
Okay. Desperado, you find yourself clear of the trap, but not of the sprite's ire.
Yeah.
And again, 6 small arrows shoot out from the walls against you. 16, 17, 17, 24. Any of those hit?
Yeah, the 24 will hit.
Okay. Please make a
So,
Constitution saving
con save?
throw. Yep.
Ooh, that's an 8.
Oof.
Okay. So you
I take
will,
one point of damage.
Yeah, take 1 damage, and you'll have disadvantage on attack rolls and ability checks.
Oh, I'm poisoned. Okay, no
Luckily,
problem.
you're clear of this obstacle, though, so that poison
It's
might
true.
not have as much of an effect on you.
Right, it might. Yeah, that's cool.
Next is Durian.
So, what happened with the vines then? Because we're gonna get very technical here, Ben. I hope you know. My
I'm sorry,
rage
did you
is
make
gonna
your-
be. My rage is gonna be gone at the beginning of my turn. But if the vines are getting me before my turn starts, I will still be coughing and disabled from the smoke.
Did you make your strength save when Entangle was cast upon you? I'm not seeing.
No,
it in
because
your feed.
we're trying to figure out what happened
Oh.
with the enhance ability that wouldn't have applied. So I would still be raging at that point in time, but I would be coughing, so it would just be a straight strength save.
Yes.
Okay, then I would do so. I hope I'm not stuck to the 13.
13, you break free of the roots.
Yes. Okay. Now it's my turn.
Yes.
And I've rolled the con save before. Can we keep that, or am I rolling?
Yes,
a new
we'll keep
one?
that one.
Okay. All right. I stand up. I'm up. I'm not upset anymore. I've cooled down a little bit. There's a panda now on the floor. I don't know where that came from. Scuzz is somewhere. I don't know where he's at. And
Down here.
Desperado's gone.
I am on the other
So-
side.
I'm just gonna try and cut the ropes. Just try and cut them again. You know, it's gonna take the sword out, two-handed, just slice down the middle,
Okay.
make
Go
it a
ahead,
bit
please.
easier.
And let's just do that with an athletics check.
Athletics check. So be it. 14.
Okay, and this will give other people advantage on their checks, on their next checks, as well as you, as you're able to cut away a good cluster of these ropes.
I think for a second to just like kick this panda to see if it turns into something weird. But I think against it, like maybe I shouldn't touch the weird creature in this horrific place. I'm just gonna try and make my way through the ropes and struggle on through. And I'm gonna make a athletics check, try and get through all these goddamn ropes. 22.
22. And you're able to just power your way through, pulling ropes aside, and get past this obstacle completely.
Oh hey, Desperado.
Hey, bro.
Next is Scuzz.
There's a panda back there.
Okay.
Wait. It's cute, eh?
We still doing con check or
Yes,
con
please.
saves?
Yes.
Right. For the advantage is 15.
15 is good enough to catch your breath and not be affected by the smoke.
All right, great. Let's do some more acrobatics. See if we can get out of this last little bit here.
At advantage.
Yes,
At
advantage
advantage?
from Durian. Yep.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Should blast.
Here we go. 19.
Scuzz, you're able to find your way through the obstacle.
Oh hey, Scuzz. Where's Cyrus? Where is he?
How much farther is it to the end of the hallway from where we're at?
Well, on the other side of these densely crossing ropes, 10 feet away, is a steep slope, 10 feet high, ascending at a 45-degree angle.
Okay.
Hmm.
I would like to spend any remaining movement speed that I have after getting out of the ropes, heading for that.
Okay.
The end of this hall.
As you walk towards it, you see that this hill is coated in a slick oil.
They greased up the whole damn room.
All right, yeah, I got nothing for that.
Okay. After Scuzz is Cyrus.
I am a panda.
Yes.
Yeah, you are.
So
Yeah, you are.
Yeah, you are.
I think I have to make a con save.
Yes, please.
I don't have the panda stats.
Gosh, I guess it's probably just a bear. Let's see.
A bear has good con, right?
Feels like it should.
Unless it's a really sickly bear.
What's a bear's con bonus?
+3.
Okay, so I'm just gonna roll a d20.
Yeah.
And then I'll add a +3. So, 12?
The smoke is very thick and you're unable to avoid it. You'll have disadvantage.
And I'm gonna try to use like the space that my friend has created to move.
Okay. You'll have +4 to strength if you wish.
And then with his advantage that he provided, that cancels out the disadvantage, right?
Yes.
Okay, so this is gonna be another d20 +4.
Very good.
13.
You're able, as a panda, you're able to crawl through the ropes.
And it is just the cutest bear you've ever seen.
You just awkwardly roll out of the obstacle, joining your companions on the other side of these thick ropes.
Can I just say, this game has been worth it.
Love it.
I know we're choking to death in here, but what is up with the panda?
I thought he was with you.
When have I had a panda?
I don't know.
For the moment,
I didn't want to ask questions.
we'll break initiative, and there is, in front of you, now this steep 10-foot slope. And, the chamber behind you is open as well. So as you've come this far, you're past the troughs of oil that are filling the hall with smoke. So we can put that to rest, and it will no longer be affecting you guys. But you do see the ceiling of the tunnel arches up to accommodate this slope, and the hill, as I said, is coated in a slick oil. It appears very difficult to climb.
Am I still poisoned, Ben, or does that kind of whittle away?
You are poisoned for, a minute.
Okay.
So, as you guys assess this, perhaps the poison just wears off. That's fine.
Just as I see this adorable little panda kind of come out, I'll just look in my backpack because I've got cooking utensils, and I'll see if I can just pull out like a carrot or something. I'll just hand it like something to eat.
And at the same time he's offering the carrot, I'm offering a rat.
I think I'll take the carrot.
He doesn't want my rat. What?
I have one request, Ben, and it is that this bear has like a cute little cap on its head.
What color is the cap?
Ooh, it's like one of those little beggars caps, the ones with the.
Oh yeah, like a newsboy.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
This panda has it. Wait, hold on. It's a newspaper from 3 years ago.
It keeps trying to walk on 2 feet. It's not working out.
Well, I guess you can come with us. All right. I just looked at the slope.
How high is how long the slope's? About 10 feet, you said, Ben?
10 feet.
Hey, Durian, you think you can throw Scuzz up there?
Ooh, it's not too hard to do.
Yeah, go for it.
Yeah, sure, why not? I'm gonna pick Scuzz up, easily done. I don't even have to worry.
Maybe you can even get slippery, eh, Ben? Like I'll just feel like I'll just put my foot just to feel the slickness of the slope.
You almost lose your balance just testing it. Yeah, very slippery, very slick.
Durian, I wonder if you can just slide him up there, like a
like a ski ball.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, do that.
All right.
Yeah.
Here's what we're gonna do.
Grab me right here and use on my back.
I'm gonna take some rope out. I'm gonna tie some rope off on you, so that I have a way to bring you back if you just disappear. And
right.
I'm going to I'm just gonna tie the other end off on my waist. It's like a 50-foot rope, and I'm just gonna like a bully, demanding lunch money from a kid. I'm gonna grab him by the scruff of his shirt, and I'm just gonna go on the ramp, go whoosh, whoosh, ski ball. Whoosh, I'm just gonna throw him as hard as I can.
Ben, would this be is this like athletics, or is this just a straight strength kind of thing?
I think because it's sport related, we'll have it be athletics.
Sport related.
Yeah. Could I my lady would probably guide him in this just to make it.
Yeah, absolutely.
Just because I'm totally hoping I'm hoping for him to overshoot his target.
Oh no. Okay, Durian, if you
I
would make
guide
an
AM too,
athletics
just to
check.
see what happens.
Yeah.
Alright,
And
so
a
we just
one.
invent a new sport.
And a 2, and a
Let's
3.
Woo!
Did anybody give him any rope?
Yeah, I tied some rope off on him already.
Oh, okay.
19.
Scuzz, Durian grabs you and slides you up this steep incline. When you reach the top, there wasn't quite enough muster to get you up there, but if you're able to react quickly enough, you can grab over the crest of this slope.
I don't know,
Okay.
mustard. I threw him hard.
You gotta
If
put
you
that
would-
mustard on that beat, ho.
Make
It's not like you're throwing a ball, right?
Make
He's
a
the person.
reflex save, please.
Okay.
Nice. Like this.
Excuse me, dex save.
Oh, I don't know if that guidance is still on there or not, but I got it.
You might
Alright,
still be
I'm
blessed.
blessed.
Blessed lasts
Yeah.
a minute. Yeah.
You're able to throw your
25.
You throw your arm over the slope of this. The other side is not slick with grease, and you're able to, grab onto the top of this steep incline. If you wish, you can pull yourself up and over, or it is upon you what to do.
Yeah, can I pull myself up and over so I'm on a more stable surface? And then I was intentionally keeping my feet up on that slide so that the bottom of my feet didn't get greasy.
Okay.
So that I can plant my feet over there. And do I see anything on the other side of this incline where I could maybe anchor that rope down to give them something to pull themselves up with?
Yeah, there's some rocks jutting out of the slope. You might be able to find a good enough one to tie that rope off.
Okay.
Hey,
So
Scuzz, you have a pit? You have a piton or anything like that? You could put it in and loop it through and throw the rope back down. I could help you, almost like me and Cyrus could almost pull him up by, him going like a pulley almost, right?
Yeah, I don't think I should try and go up this first, because I think the rope would maybe snap.
I'm almost positive I have some pitons, so I can definitely use those to anchor it.
Okay.
There you go.
Anchor it down.
Yeah, fair enough.
So,
Absolutely.
Here, Desperado, you should go first. So there's two people.
I'm probably the lightest of the three of us.
Yeah,
So
sure. I think it's a good idea.
With Scuzz affixing the rope, the group of you are able to climb up and over this slick slope.
Nice.
The panda is on my shoulders as I climb up.
Oh
I was gonna say I might need a little.
Why
help.
did I forget that? Yeah.
Oh, dude.
Durian carries the panda. Yeah.
Is this my pet? I don't.
It would probably
You're
just
familiar.
clutch onto him, right? Or that's koala bears. Koalas do that. Maybe pandas don't do that as well. They're more
So you
probably
crest the hill, and on the other side is a pit filled with oil.
These guys love oil.
A single log spans the opening. It's 15 feet long. And as you do, you all converge on the other side of this slope. Another spark flies from one of the small openings in the wall, and the pit erupts in flame, which quickly diminishes. But the log that is the way across this pit is like a spit over fire now.
I'm gonna go and take the rope that was tied to the piton, and I'm gonna just, hey, Scuzz,
Yeah.
how you feel about round 2?
Okay.
I'm just gonna tie this rope to you, and I'm just gonna chuck you across this pit, and I'll hold on to
walk
it.
across?
And I mean, he can walk across it if he wants, but I could also throw him.
I'm gonna kind of look over the pit and be like, "Are you how confident are you that you could throw me this whole way?"
Ben,
Like,
what roll
on a
would I
scale-
make?
On a scale of 1 to 10, how confident are you that you could throw me?
Sure. Is there a roll I can make, Ben, to judge how far I can chuck a goblin?
Are you at least 30% sure you could throw me that far?
You can make an insight check, Durian. And Scuzz, how
yeah,
much do you weigh?
I could probably do it.
Hang on, I got it here somewhere. Give me just a sec.
Durian, do you
hold
want to
on,
make an insight check as well? To
Yeah, I'll
kind
make
of
an insight
assess
check.
this?
Yeah. I could give it a good thought. 19.
Okay. If you, are able to plant your feet really well, this would rival one of your best shot puts or your best barrel throws or what have you.
Yeah.
See, I can push, drag, and lift 1,080 pounds.
Yeah, he's got the
weight.
enhanceability on it.
Oh,
Oh, no,
yeah.
it's
That's just
no.
normal. That's without anything,
Wow.
any specialty.
Wow,
Oh yeah,
okay.
no, Scuzz only weighs about 45 pounds.
I've done this in like a field somewhere.
Well,
surely.
He's carrying a bunch of equipment and stuff too. So
Oh,
you
yeah.
got to figure that in too. So it's probably
Add like
Durian,
50.
probably about 60 to 75 pounds.
This is
roughly.
going to be very difficult. You recognize that you should probably throw him in such a way that he might be able to land on the log if he doesn't clear this hole.
Of course.
So, with
I'm
that,
not, I'm not crazy.
Yeah, it sounds good to me. Go for it.
All right.
okay.
I tie. So first things first, I have the rope still on the pitons that we had before that we climbed up with, because I assume it's it's close by.
Sure.
It's like right there. I'm envisioning this right.
Yeah,
Then
you
we
can
crest
have
the hill.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
So using the same anchor that it was at before, I'm gonna keep the rope tied off to Scuzz, and then I'm gonna take 2 of his pitons and I'm gonna nail them in the floor as footholds for me to use to keep my my balance.
Okay.
And then I'm gonna look to Desperado and say, "Does your goddess want to play more sports?"
Oh, sorry, she's not a god. She's really here. But yeah, she'll help us for sure.
And I get some guidance from my friend. I'm gonna line up straight in the middle with the log, and I'm gonna go 1, 2, 3, and I'm not gonna chuck Scuzz to his death. I'm gonna use an inspiration as I throw him.
I mean, if you want to waste it on that, I guess.
Do you? All right, Chris. I'll let you decide. Roll a d20.
No, it's
high. I
is-
use an inspiration. Low. I don't.
You know what? That's fair. We'll play. Let's play the odds.
Oh my gosh.
And it'll be your fault. All right.
Hey.
I think that's a pretty good sign of what's to come. I'll use an inspiration.
Okay.
And I'm just gonna just chuck him as
Okay.
hard as I possibly can. Oh, he is over. That is a 27.
Yeah, that's an amazing feat of strength as you just chuck Scuzz the Goblin over this
My arm just
pit
like
of flaming oil.
my muscles. Just
I imagine that he
bulge.
because I'm tied off on the rope, so I imagine that he just like held the rope and did like a hammer toss, just like
Nice,
spun
yeah.
around.
Yeah. Yep. Scuzz, you find yourself on the other side of the oil pit here.
All right, now make a guide.
All right, I take the end of the rope, the pins, and tie it off.
Okay. So
Nice.
that will give people, advantage or, the upper hand as far as trying to cross the log if they wish.
Oh my god!
Right.
I was waiting for you to get that advantage
Just
and roll
like
a 3 and
fumble.
4.
2 1s. You're just like, oh, he's in the pit. He's dead.
You
Yeah.
notice that the log is beginning to char, and you realize it
Right.
will eventually catch fire if you don't hurry across.
Oh,
And
yeah,
lose
yeah.
and lose its integrity.
All right,
Right.
lightest people first. Come on.
Can I
All right.
blast a ray of frost on the charred spots to try to slow it down?
Yes.
Yeah, I'll instead of blasting it, what I'll do is I'll actually like put my hands on the log and just like sort of like channel the cold magic into it to sort of
Cool. Yeah, it
Cool it
starts
down. Nice.
to drip. The moisture drips into the oil, and actually combusts because water and oil, right?
Oh yeah, that's not great. Yeah.
But it does chill the log, so you feel like it has somewhat of a beneficial effect. Desperado.
Okay.
Yeah. I'll. Is it athletics or can I try and use my elven dexterity and
Sure.
Uh,
As you step
leverage,
onto the log, it actually begins to rotate and turn as you're slightly
Oh,
heavy
no.
on the right side. So
I'm
this is
dead.
actually going to have to be an acrobatics check from anybody who tries to cross. Yeah.
I'm so
cool.
dead.
Okay, cool. That's kind of my wheelhouse, and I have advantage because I can use the rope.
Yes.
I'm just gonna focus in and ask the lady to guide me in this. I know she's been with us the whole way, and I feel like she's gonna be this until we get out of this thing. If I can use guidance while I do this.
Very good.
Let's just turn that on. Where is
What are we gonna do about this panda? I'm gonna throw him across.
Where the hell do I turn on guidance?
It keeps getting cuter. Now it's
There
got
it is,
like
sorry.
now it's got like some bottle coat glasses.
A little vest.
All right. So
Okay, here we go. Advantage with guidance. Trying not to be a barbecued elf. Here we go. Oh, boom.
Barbecued elf.
That's 26.
You make it look easy, and after your first step, the log doesn't even pivot or roll at all. You easily dance across.
Nice. I made it look easy because it was easy.
Okay. And now Durian.
And then I'll try and help if I can help Scuzz, if I can somehow give more tension to the rope to make it easier for them to stay center on the log.
can
Sure.
you steady
Then-
the log?
Oh yeah, I'll try do that. I'll try that.
Mm.
I'll try and steady the log from rotating.
Good idea.
Could you could you knock some pitons kind of like sideways into the log and the wall?
To keep it from rotating, like to almost like wedge it into place?
Like a nail, you know? Just like at a
Can-
diagonal?
Yeah, can we tell it's on like a, it seems to be on like a spool, Ben? Like we
Yeah,
can almost, yeah, that's a great idea, Durian.
Wow.
I will try and do that. Yeah, I'll try and wedge it, almost like nail it into the.
This is
kind
what
of thing,
equipment is for, folks. This
Sure.
is why
Yeah.
we have it.
Yeah, very well done. And that's not going to make it, just
Not rotate?
bypassing any skill check, but that's going to make it much easier, as well
Let
as
me
the
lower
advantage
difficulty?
provided from the rope. Yeah, it'll lower the difficulty for sure.
Nice,
Because
nice.
now
Yeah,
it's a
good call.
stagnant
Alright.
log, I mean, obviously
Teamwork.
walking across the log is challenging as it is, but with a
And,
rope
and the
involved-
psychology of it being a giant fire below you.
Yeah, absolutely.
You
I
mean the
said-
encouragement?
The encouragement. Yeah.
I step up to the log. I'm holding this panda in my hands, and it has Coke bottle glasses and a vest. I'm like, this is definitely a Faye thing. I don't know what is going on here. I look to the other two. Do I throw the panda over, or do I let
No,
him...
it should see if it'll grip like if it'll like wrap around hold on to you around your neck, or if it'll like.
Do you
know,
want
like-
that little panda? You want to
It
have a
starts-
ride?
It starts like bringing out its claws.
All right, come here, buddy, and I hold him to my chest like a baby.
I
Like
think
these things can climb trees, right? Like
I was gonna say, I think this might hurt you a little more than you realize.
I'm gonna swing him around onto my back, so he's like hugging me from behind my neck, and I'm gonna get low to the ground, and I'm gonna start trying and crawl across the beam with like one hand on the log and the other hand on the rope, and I'm just gonna like try and just keep myself as center as possible as I get low.
I am gonna climb him like a tree. Then
because he is like a tree, Joel.
Like a
yep.
Okay, Durian, you move slowly across the log, but you feel the heat from the fire below you. So you recognize you can't move too slowly, or it's actually going to start dealing you damage. Do you accept the damage, or do you quicken your pace?
I'll quicken my pace.
Okay. In that scenario, please make your acrobatics check with advantage.
Unfortunately, I can't give you
bearing the
guidance
weight-
because I have to touch you.
You got it. You got advantage.
Even bearing
Plus
the weight
one.
of Cyrus because of your strength and
Yeah.
ability to
Yeah,
carry
but
and move huge loads.
Yeah, he weighs
Advantageous.
nothing. Oh no.
Oh no!
Take the panda.
Did half our party just die?
Durian, you begin
If
to
I-
lose your footing. So what we're going to need is a dexterity save from Durian as well as Cyrus. As Durian begins to, lose his balance, rather, on his hands and knees, and tips over in such a way, Cyrus, you have to cling to him.
Okay.
So Danger Sense says whenever I have to make dex saves against effects that you can see, such as traps and spells, I get advantage. Does that apply here?
Yeah. Yes, it would.
Okay.
Can I make an argument for athletics instead and say, if he falls, I'm going with him?
Yes.
Like you're just trying to hold on to him as opposed to.
At this point, yeah. Instead of like trying to jump off and grab the log,
Your
I'm,
claws
like,
will rend
accepting
into
my
him
fate.
a bit.
That's fine. I'll take some damage if the panda
Okay.
if the panda survives.
So you'll have +4 to that, Cyrus.
Okay. So that'll be d20 plus 4.
Yeah, I'm gonna let you roll.
See
So
that? It was on a
that's 15?
4.
And you're able to dig your claws into Durian and keep hold of him despite the odd angle. Durian, you'll take 4 damage.
All right, I'll take 4 damage. Now, is Bless still up? Has it been longer than a minute?
It only lasts a minute, and we took some time getting up that incline, and I probably took a minute of a breather because I was poisoned.
Right.
Plus, there's
All
been
right.
multiple times I've had to tie off ropes and stuff, and that would have taken
Yeah.
time.
Yeah.
Let's gamble.
Boom.
A 10.
Is it 10? Is this bad? It's probably not good, right?
I'm gonna have to start like jamming my fingers into the stonework, climbing out of a flaming pit with a panda on my back.
Okay, wait, but did half of our party just die for real?
Not yet. They're just burning to death.
Durian, Cyrus, Durian, with this panda bear clutching your back, you tumble over the side of the log, losing your grip on the rope.
Oh!
And you fall into the pit of burning oil.
Oh my god.
The pit is quite shallow when you land in it, several inches deep. So while it does scald you, you'll both take 10 damage from the fire.
All right, so the panda, no!
Just hear like the saddest whimper.
Oh no!
And Cyrus, as you both land in the oil fire pit, you will lose your grip on Durian. Now, you guys are prone. You can act and try to run across the pit and climb your way out. That's really the only recourse here as far as getting out of the pit. You know, you're most of the way across when this happens.
After Batman Begins, climb my way out of here. He rises!
God.
Just like rock climbing with like the tiniest grip on the fingers on the stonework.
So, what I'll need as you guys try to escape from the pit is athletics or strength checks to try to climb your way out.
If the panda wants to get on me, he can. Absolutely, I'll let him.
I think my chances are. I don't think things can get worse. I'm just gonna climb up his leg.
I'm gonna help him onto my back, and then I'm just gonna start going.
You are climbing from a pit of fire, so I will put disadvantage on this roll. Desperado, Scuzz, do you guys take any measures to assist, or?
Can we drop a rope? It's gonna burn, isn't it? If I drop a rope down, it's gonna basically like burn up.
You can drop a rope and have it not land fully into the pit of oil that's burning. You can have it be up, and I can.
Let's have you guys act.
I cast grease. No.
Just
get it over with.
We already have the rope. We have the rope kind of looped into the piton, right? So if we just, it's already there. If we just basically take it and I'll try and direct the end of it towards when they get close to the edge, to whichever one. I guess obviously to Durian, because I don't think I can hand it to a bear.
Okay.
Yeah, but I'll wait until he's close. I'm not gonna let it dangle there and just like burn up until he gets there. As soon as when he gets there, I'll drop it, and then I'll start pulling as he climbs.
Okay, just give me a basic dexterity check to try to throw this rope to him nimbly, or
sure.
With haste.
Oh shoot! I rolled a whole bunch. Just take the first roll and ignore the guidance. What was it? Oh, 21. 21.
Sure.
You guys, dexterity paladin. I'm telling you.
Using the
Dexterity
rope
paladin
will negate the disadvantage. So, Durian, if you want to make your athletics check, just as a straight check, with Cyrus clamped onto your back, you may do so.
Please help me.
Hey, this looks good.
Okay.
You climb your way out. Your boots are coated in burning oil as you crest the hill here.
I take my hat off, Ben. I'm immediately trying to like basically douse the flames on Durian and on the bear.
I take the boots off, and I try to
it's like
smother them. I don't need clothes. I don't have armor. So if anything on me is burning that's like clothing, I'll take it off. It doesn't matter to me.
The oil
would the heat be warmer than Durian's like hot stone? I guess probably, right?
Yeah. Yes.
No, it's a constant 94 degrees dry heat.
Durian, your boots are saturated with oil, and they burn up. They're no longer wearable, or you could wear them, but they're not going to provide any, comfort or protection to your feet.
It's fine. I take my boots off, and you see just like insanely calloused orc feet.
Hey man, you got some cool shin guards.
Cyrus, you're
That's actually a good point, Ben. would the fire be instantly cooled down to a cool 94 degrees?
No.
Oh, that's
I fall
funny.
down there, the pit just goes out. Like, oh, huh, it's not that
Oh,
bad.
this isn't so bad, honestly.
You're just
It's
sweating
a nice
profusely.
dry 94 degrees.
Cyrus, you've had patches of fur burned off, scalded, and your little vest is has holes burned in it as well.
One of the Coke bottle
It
lenses
is no
is
longer
cracked.
as cute.
Yeah, no, looking pretty ragged. But nonetheless, you have passed the pit of fire and oil. Well done.
Yeah.
I mean, it can't get worse, right, guys?
There's a heavy wooden door on the other side of this pit that you are now
slaps Desperado.
on. And there's a cast iron handle on the door. There's a keyhole on the right side of the door.
Okay. Scuzz is gonna like, let me check this out again, guys. Hang on.
I'll give you a wide berth.
Does anyone have any like boots? Any shoes?
Can I check to see? Oh yeah, here. I'm not using these. I'll take my shoes off and throw them at you. They are way too small.
They are not gonna fit.
You can have these back. Yeah, like wrappings I can just like put on my feet.
Anyway,
Hey, keep your boots. Just hang on to your boots though.
Oh, I'm putting them
Yeah.
away. I'm not throwing them.
yeah. Can I check this doorway for traps?
Yes.
That's a investigation, right?
Yes, please.
14.
The door doesn't appear to be trapped, but it does seem to be locked.
Okay. Can I try to pick the lock? I've
Yes,
got
please.
my thieves' tools.
Beautiful.
Right. 24.
Wow. Holy
You
shoot.
easily pick the lock, and as you do so,
It's
the
expertise, baby.
door swings open of its own accord. And you see the chamber beyond this door. It's a large cube, 30 feet wide, 30 feet deep or long, and 20 feet tall. These walls are the same mundane, simple stonework as the rest of the dungeon has been. The ceiling and corners, however, are covered in spider webs. You see that there is a wooden chest on the far side of the room, sitting on a small pedestal. On the wall behind the pedestal is a large mural, painted on the stonework. It is a massive tree with black onyx entwined in its trunk. The ceiling above the chest is clear of webs. And that's where we're going to pause for this evening, and we'll start up the game again on this coming Monday. We should be good to go for the 24th to continue.
Yeah, for
And
sure.
We'll see what happens then.
Yeah. Just quick note. Scuzz sees the chest and his eyes get huge.
No.
Beautiful.
He pulls out of the thieves' tools again.
Awesome. Good game, guys, and I'll see you
Hey,
next week.
nice. That was
All
great. Thanks, guys.